नगरेको देख्न सक्छौँ रकेट पनि काम नगरिएको छ भने यहाँ ग्रेनेड लन्चरको साथमा रोहनको साथमा एउटा क्लच देख्न सक्छौँ एकदम उडेर हालिसकेको छ ओहो अहिलेको लागि राम्रो हान्न माइन्स देख्न सक्छौँ यहाँ लन्चर हान्न सक्छ भन्ने कुरा अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ जोइ भाइ एकदम राम्रो 1v1 साइडको युजमा एकजना देखेर अझै पनि आफूलाई सर्भाइभल बनाउन खोज्दै अनि एउटा सर्चहरू इन्गेज गरिनेछ नक भएको हामी देख्नेछौँ ब्याक पनि रस गर्ने त मौका छोडिनेवाला छैन ब्याकको त्यहाँ सर्च नसर सर्च आउँछ बट त्यहाँ विब्रोजको तर्फबाट रोटेसनको एरियामा नक भएको हामी देख्न सक्छौँ ग्रेनेड लन्चर त्यहाँ जानेछ एन्ड कनेक्सन त्यति भएको छैन एन्ड के आर नाउ अन ट्राभल धेरै लन्चर चलाएको देख्न सक्छौँ रकेटलाई लन्चर देख्न सक्छौँ दुईजना पक्कै पनि नकडाउन चलाइएको थियो तर यहाँ एकजना यहाँ चाहिँ देख्न सक्छौँ केआरटीको प्लेयर चाहिँ फेरि आइसकेको छ आफ्नो रिभेन्ज लिनको लागि चाहिँ यता आइसकेको देख्न सक्छौँ बट यहाँ अलिकति गाह्रो पर्न सक्छ रिभाइभ पनि पक्कै पनि गरिदिनुवाला छ त्यसलाई पक्कै पनि यहाँ किल पनि उठाइदिनुवाला नै छ अगाडि रन पक्कै पनि गर्नेवाला के छन् र कोहीजनाले आफ्नो किल उठाएर टेबल पनि छ अनि त्यो हिसाबले यदि अझै गेमले अगाडि बढाउनेछ भने एटलिस्ट एउटा राम्रो मुभन गर्ने मौका छोडिनेवाला छैन अनि यहाँबाट ब्याक टु ब्याक हाई भोल्टेज र स्विप हाफ पॉइन्ट के छ अनि नुबेको एकैजनाको हातबाट एउटा गोल्डन ह्यान्ड बनिने छ र स्विप आज डाउन गरिने छ बट रियुनाइट त्यहाँ ब्याक आउँछ अनि त्यहाँ सर्च आउँछ साइडको सर्च कान्छोले So let's see, say connection outside when the pocket can be there was but breaks by but around the एकदमै मुश्किल पोजिसनमा लागि प्रिटेक्सिस के बना सकते हैं एलिमिनेट गर्छ फुल लाइट स्पोर्ट्स ट्राई गराउँछ मतलब हामी हेर्दै गर्छौँ यहाँ इट्स अ भेरी Oh my god, I think launcher mistake him battle is the mistake move भएको छ के र किल कन्फर्म गर्छन् अहिलेको लागि युनिटको तर्फबाट I guess launcher को एउटा T2 के युनिटको तर्फबाट फेरि पनि एउटा नक आइसकेको छ स्टार्टले फिनिश अफ गर्छ TPS रोहनको लागि भने oh my god, just look at this player how he is playing man, just unbelievable. just दुईजना फेरि पनि लकडाउन गरिसकेको छन् T2 के युनिटको तर्फबाट पनि लास्ट राउन्डमा परिणत हो कि I think 1v4 निकाल्न सक्छ सक्दैनन् सो हामी हेर्नेवाला छौँ T2 के युनिट्स लेट्स सी यो प्लेयर
Dear survivors, in 2022, we have done a series of anti-hack actions to combat hackers. I would like to invite all of you to participate in this mission as we punish cheaters more aggressively. Looks like we've caught a hacker with our newly enhanced anti-hack strategy. Let's see what he's got. With our upgraded detection methods, we can confirm that this is a hacker and will ban this account immediately. Rest assured, we will only ban cheaters with concrete proof. Let's check the match history and see if there's any wrongdoing, such as intentionally teaming with hackers. Teaming with hackers to boost up in rankings will be punished as well. Some players have teamed with the hackers many times to rank up. For such players, their rank will be reset to bronze. They may also receive other punishments, such as not being able to join others' teams or getting banned from the ranked matches for a short time. This is an unprecedented anti-hack operation. We are inviting all of you to act as supervisors for this operation. In addition to the old ways of reporting hackers, we also added new methods to report. For example, you can now report a hacker through match history. We do not tolerate hackers. If you see any suspicious activity, please report it. We're also introducing new features for players to better distinguish hackers. Let's fight and keep a fair gaming environment together. Now let's move.
फ्री फायर नेपाल च्याम्पियनशिपमा जति पनि हाम्रो नेपाली प्रो टिमहरू क्वालिफाई हुनुभएको छ उहाँहरू प्रतिस्पर्धा गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ फर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन अल्पान। आइ एम सो एक्साइटेड। आई होप हजुरहरू पनि एक्साइटेड हुनुहुन्छ। यदि हजुरहरू पनि आफ्नो टिमलाई सपोर्ट गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ अथवा आफ्नो फेभरेट प्लेयरलाई सपोर्ट गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने लाइभ जोइन गर्न नभुल्नुहोला। लाइभ चाहिँ हाम्रो फ्री फायर नेपाल अफिसियल युट्युब च्यानलमा हुनेछ 6 PM फ्राइडे टु सन्डे। थ्याङ्क यू, धन्यवाद।
Surprise, surprise!
Hi there!
This summer, Free Fire is going to celebrate its 5th anniversary. Of course, we did not come here empty-handed. Who's excited for some Battle Royale mode changes? Might as well take a sneak peek together at our brand new, full-size, high-tech battlefield! Ta-da! Magic portals! Moko? Wow, how did you do that?
वेपन छैन। अब यहाँ लुका छुपी चलिरहेको छ एन्ड यस अब डु अर डाई सिचुएसन छ। केही छैन, हातमा पिस्टल छ, पिस्टलमा पनि हान्छु, जे पर्ला पर्ला मरि।
मुभ्सहरु के कस्तो पनि ब्याक टु ब्याक ग्रेनेडको प्रहार गर्ने कोसिस गरेर नेक्स्टको तर्फबाट ओके वाल फुटाइसकेको छ र ओ माय गॉड नेक्स्ट खुस्दै वाला छ र इन्स्ट्यान्टली डाउन गरिन्छ नेक्स्टको तर्फबाट र इन्स्ट्यान्टली ग्रासको टिममेट्स आफूसँग हुनुपर्नेछ र भन्दा भन्दै सुदेवलाई डाउन गरिन्छ र इन्स्ट्यान्टली फिनिस अप ओके स्टल्करलाई पनि स्पट आउट गर्छ न इन्स्ट्यान्टली ह्याशट्याग स्कोरमा फिनिस अप गरिसके हामी देख्न सक्छौँ भने नारुतो पनि एकदमै ट्रबलमा र ब्याक टु ब्याक लन्चरहरू प्रहार गरिन्छ र इन्स्ट्यान्टली नकडाउन गरिसकेको छ र प्रथम लास्टमा स्ट्यान्डिङ र जेटीलाई अहिले सेफ लागि फोल्ड आउट गर्दै गरेको देख्न सक्छौँ। स्टल्कर डाउन भइसक्यो। ओ माय गॉड लिब्रोजको पनि फाइट परिसक्यो हामी देख्न सक्छौँ। मैले लागि भने हाई भोल्टेजलाई एलिमिनेट गर्दै ह्याशट्याग 11
भएको छ विब्रोजको लागि अर्को पनि प्लेस लुज भएको छ अब मात्र बाँकी विब्रोजको लागि दुईटा प्लेस रहनेवाला छ जहाँ रोहित रहनेछ भने सुप्रिम रहनेछ यी दुईटाबाट उयो गर्ने हुन्छ एज ड्र्यागो लुज भएको थियो डिडाक्ट गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ ओके द्याट्स गोना बी नट एन्ड फिनिश अप
एउटा जुन हिसाबमा उहाँले गेट किटको सिनारियो क्रिएट गरिएको हामी देख्न सकिन्छ र यही छन् ब्याक टु ब्याक सर्ट कनेक्सन देखाउँछन् साहिललाई पनि डाउन र फेरि पनि ब्याक टु ब्याक सर्टहरू कनेक्सनलाई देखाइएको छ एउटा राम्रो ड्यामेज डिल गरिएको हामी देख्न आउँछन् एजेन्टको तर्फबाट पनि अनम लामालाई एकदमै ट्रबल पर्न सक्छ के कसो विश्व
हाई ग्राउन्डमा अनम लामालाई पनि एकदमै मुस्किल एन्ड लुक एट वाट ड्र्यागो फेरि पनि रिभाइभ हुन्छ सो फेरि पनि 4 म्यानको शटमा अब आउँछन् यहाँ एन्ड राइट सो यहाँ अनम लामाको प्लेलाई इन्स्टेन्ट फिनिस हुन्छ अब हाई भोल्टेज भर्सेस विब्रोज अब विब्रोजको लागि त यहाँ आज फुल एउटा एग्रेसन देखाउँछन् एन्ड ओके भन्दा यहाँ सरप्राइजिङली नुरेको तर्फबाट एउटा राम्रो कन्फर्म देखाउँछन् यहाँ एउटा राम्रो नकआउट यहाँ ब्याक टु ब्याक प्लेयरहरू पनि देख्न आउँछ स्टकरको एउटा राम्रो स्नाइपिङ कनेक्सन यहाँ 30 किल्स बिन सेक्युर्ड एन्ड लास्ट म्यान अब हाई भोल्टेज है बाँकी एन्ड
अब मात्र बाँकी 2v1v1 को ब्याटल रहनेवाला छ भने अब लेट्स सी के हुनेवाला छ द्याट्स गोना बी द एलिमिनेसन फर टिम विब्रोजको लागि एलिमिनेसन फेस आउट गरेको छ
फल ब्याक गर्दै गरेको पनि देख्न सक्छौँ र अचिपको तर्फबाट के कतिको अचम्म हुन्छ र हेर्दा अहिलेको लागि पनि अर्जुन अगाडि बढेको छ भने शशि डाउन अहिलेको लागि डाउन भइसकेको छ र थापालाई पनि इन्स्ट्यान्टली डाउन गर्दै फिनिस अप पनि गरिसकेको हामी देख्न सक्छौँ भने सुधीर पनि अहिलेको लागि डाउन भइसकेको छ ओ माई गॉड
ओके त्यहाँ रहेको थियो 1v2 हान्नु भएको छ अर्जुनले भने अर्जुनको साथमा हुनुहुन्छ राइट ह्यान्ड साइड तर्फ एचिभ रिभाइभ गर्न आउँछन् द्याट्स गोना बी एलिमिनेसन
हेलो एन्ड नमस्ते सर्भाइभर्स हजुरहरू सबैलाई फ्री फायर नेपाल च्याम्पियनशिप 2022 मा स्वागत छ यो हाम्रो पहिलो ठुलो पाइला नेपाल इस्पोर्ट्सको तर्फ रहेको छ अब हामी कुरा गर्नेछौँ फ्री फायर नेपाल च्याम्पियनशिप 2022 को फर्म्याट तर्फ यो टुर्नामेन्ट 4 चरणमा विभाजित गराइएको छ जुन 2 महिनासम्म हुनेछ ओपन क्वालिफायर्स लिग स्टेज प्ले-इन्स ग्रान्ड फाइनल्स ओपन क्वालिफायर
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Free Fire Nepal Championship. Today is the day. It is play-ins. This is the last room of opportunity where you can qualify and head on towards grand finals. I am Tanya, and alongside me is the word of magic. He is Mamba, the man, the legend, and one of the best co-caster to work with. Hey, Mamba, how are you feeling for the day, and how excited are you about the play? Well, this is the tournament format. Open qualifiers were from 9th to 15th June. League stages, 12 teams were chosen through open qualifiers, and it wasn't easy. It was total of 5,000 teams enrolling in, and only 10 teams, total of 6 teams joining in. And after that, it is plain. 6 teams already qualified for grand finals and 6 more teams to go. And talking about the champion, who is going to take away 5 lakh out of entire 1 million of Nepali rupiah. Talking about the planes, well, it is a grueling format forever. You have to make sure you give your best without a doubt, because this is the final chance where the Free Fire Nepal Championship itself has given the title of #Time to Shine. And today, these are the 12 teams who are going to perform. Moonlight Esports, the Battalions, Nepstars, Team Pirates, Zuki Esports, Sanura Gaming Esports, Strangers, Chandra Surya, Sripach, Team Reunited, Beg for Mercy, and Lone Wolves. Well, now let's see how everything is going to pan out, because sure, these 12 teams have got a different plans, because every single time whenever we jump into planes, we always get to see that something unique. We call it a trump card. They start throwing some trump card there, and still, if that trump card tends to work in, and it is going to be a very strong performance, something out of the blue that you least expect is going to work in. So if that is something that is going to work out, or that is something that we are going to witness, it is going to be just great. Before jumping and into the game or anything else, let's talk about game schedule. Play-in stage, week 3, day 7. We are going to have game 1, game 2, game 3, and game 4, Bermuda, Kalahari, Purgatory, and Alpine, followed by the same repetitive cycle. First 4 matches, without a doubt, aren't going to be any easier, because I do believe today it's going to be the day of mix of 2 strategies, starting with a passive approach, concluding with an aggressive one.
Well, true, but look, Alpine is obviously the most exciting map for me to watch, because personally, it's a new map and it involves new meta, and teams have not played this map as often as they've played the other maps, right? So you always want to make sure that you go in all guns blazing, you come out on top, you play with confidence, and try and take control and try and seize control of this entire matchup.
Let's see that who is going to get the control. because talking about control, last day, that was the last league stages where Chandra Surya was able to give an entire control on the map of Kalahari. Are they going to bring in the repetition? And talking about the last stage, last league days, well, let's also talk about Moonlight Esports. They definitely underperformed on the day 4 of league stages. This was their worst performances comparing to any other, and I'm very sure they might have done their homework well. They might have brought in something unique out of the blue that is going to work in wonders.
Well, let's talk about teams and focus, right? So we have all the numbers on screen, but Tanya, I'll be honest, right? Sure, in the group stage, you can crunch all the numbers in the world and be like, hey, you know what? These are the hard favorites to win the tournament or maybe qualify for the grand finals. But today, it's just one day, right? It's just 8 games, and you could have an off day or you could have a good day and still qualify. You only need to be the top 6. You don't even need to win. You don't need to be on the top. All you need to do is play tactfully, play smart, and then make it. So the only question over here is that how are these teams going to approach it? Are they going to play conservative? Because look, you could talk about teams like CHS, right? Chandra Surya Esports are at the bottom of the barrel. They are on position number 14 in the overall scoreboard, and even they've managed to get a couple of booyahs, right? So that's rather surprising for me that if a team has a good day on the day of play-ins, they can still make it.
Sure thing. So today it's going to be a do or die day, or bring in any surprises. An element of surprises is going to be a key of concern for the team who have already been performing very good. But talking about the teams who are on the latter half of the leaderboard, or maybe bottom half of the leaderboard, they are going to bring in some unique strategies, and those are not yet registered in their brains. And if that is going to happen, the teams in the top are going to struggle. Sure, today none of the booyahs are going to get counted so aggressively. You don't have to be number 1. You don't need to count the numbers. You can go casual, yet not too casual. You have to be strong enough to every single time make sure to end up into top 5, top 6.
Oh, absolutely. But look at the players all focused up, all dialed in. They know it's very important for them to qualify. But from Zuki Esports, we are seeing some smiles. I do believe there is some banter going on, which is wonderful because you have to take these nerves off of you, right? But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we will hop into the first game of the day. Bermuda coming up in about 10 seconds. And I'm really excited to see what happens and how these teams take it forward. I want to see aggression. I want to see blood. And you see that talcum powder being used on the phone? It's a very old trick in the book.
Yeah, this is one of the oldest tricks to get those perfect drag shots connected, and let's see who's going to connect them the most, with the flight path being quite too casual, and it is uniformly distributed. That means that no team should be having a collision with a certain team, but Nepstars, the team renowned to go for the crash landing, and once again trying to do the same, but not every team decides the same. Look at Mars Electric, already team reunited, and Nepstars, one of a good consistently performing team, is also there. Are they willing to go for the aggression, or are they just trying to grab control over Mars Electric?
Well, for now, all these teams will try and go in and get the best loot possible. They want to get the best start possible as well, right? They don't want to lose Autumn players early on. Sure, you can resurrect them, you can go and revive them, but you don't want to go through that entire process. You want to be as consistent as possible, and while you want to dish out as much damage as you possibly can, you also don't want to take damage, because this is a very important part of even FPS or Battle Royale. To talk about, I still remember when I used to play Clash Squad quite a bit, right? It's really important to not take damage yourself, because a lot of times you can get zoned in and try and aggress out, but you end up overextending. And that's where teams end up losing out on players early on in the game.
And you would never want to lose your early. I mean, sure, you can lose one of your players or two of your players, but you wouldn't want to get entirely eliminated. And they have crash landed on the grounds of Graveyard, where how many graves will be, that is going to be a question. But before that, look at Lollipop, who has managed to get the first kill on his name. And Sripach, one of the team who performed very well on the very first day of this Free Fire Nepal Championship tournament. Then we have spotted several times where they have been shaky enough. But here it is a pause before the storm, and I do believe the storm is going to be a very rigorous one.
Oh yeah, the calm before the storm, no doubt about that. And we'll see what happens. But Lone Wolves, Back for Mercy team, Unite, and Sripach. You mentioned these are the bottom 4 teams, right? And they've not been able to collect a lot of points. I mentioned Chandra Surya Esports as well. They had a shaky start, but towards the end, they started picking up a lot of points. You talk about the last day they had, I believe that was 76 points. Before that, 59, and then 49. The very first day they played was awful for them. They only had 16 points. Now here's the thing. Only if they were a little more consistent, they would have been higher up on the scoreboard and maybe even qualify for the grand finals. But over here, they have a wonderful chance. All they need to do is be patient. That's it. But look at the zone. So extreme. You usually don't get to see zones that extreme early on itself, especially in Kalahari. But of course, we'll talk about that later when we do get to that map. Right now, the zone is down south, and Mars Electric, Clock Tower. These are the two areas of focus for me, because this is exactly where you'll see all the fights happening.
And these are the places, these are the spots where the players decided to land in. And this sort of a circle is a little strange, because this is very uncommon of circle. And usually we do see the centralized circle. Sure, Clock Tower is usually a part of it. I wouldn't deny that. But this southern is a very rare case scenario where there's a bit of Centos also involved, and Nep Stars landing elsewhere and now holding on to a land which is all down south. And I wouldn't have expected either that it is going to be a part of circle, so rotation should not be the cause of concern. But here it is, Moonlight Esports trying to grab it off with the vehicle and is denied for a while.
Well, absolutely, but I'm not quite sure how Sudhir is still alive. He has no business staying alive over there, but well, Superman will give him a lot of backup, will get the knock, and will get the kill point as well, even though Sudhir confirmed the kill. And I'm not quite sure how Sudhir was alive. He had absolutely no business staying alive over there. But nonetheless, Ram is going to try and push in. But the question is there anybody else around him? Right now, no, Unknown with the SKS just tapping away, not being able to dish out enough damage. But for now, he's just going to fall back with this team. And we won't see any more fights after this.
Again, we do see a little bit of passive play, and that is exactly what we were trying to predict at the start of the day itself when we were witnessing the map cycles. So I do believe that the players are willing to pick a fight until and unless they're very sure of that they are going to win the battle, because war is long term. It is all total of 8 matches. Sure, you cannot grab a booyah in each and every one, but sure, you can also thrive to reach in top 5. And if you successfully do that, that is going to be fairly good. The battalions, Rohan successfully taking down one of the players, which is Arjun from Moonlight Esports, and Superman would not go so easy against their opponents. He has got Sumit coming in from the team, Chandra Surya in a small garage, and he's also not dealing the confirmation because he did have Woodpecker to work with. Long range battle, you do not need to be spotted with her.
Oh, absolutely, and Moonlight is going to try their best to qualify over here, because in the group stage, they only missed out by 15 points. And that's the reason why they're over here. And 15 points is just one game, right? One more game. If they had a chance or they played better, they would have been able to qualify directly. But Moonlight Esports, of course, one of the strongest contenders in the plains. And I do believe they will qualify quite comfortably unless, of course, they start taking fights which are unnecessary and get eliminated really early on. But right now, we have 12 teams, 46 players, and we're already 6 minutes in. We've seen quite a few knocks, by the way. But all these players keep coming back, keep popping back up and rising from the graves. But Bantawa will get taken down. It is going to be TVS losing out on a player, but he can definitely be helped because he's on the bridge with high ground. But Unknown pushing in. Can he find the pick? That is going to be the question. Using the glue wall perfectly, but he will get taken down. Will he survive? He does have the chrono shield to work with, but does not live long enough. That was quite smart, using the glue wall to dampen the damage. And then, of course, the chrono shield. But the problem was he needs to run away. Sudhir needs to run away. He missed a grenade over there.
He successfully saves himself by using the second blue wall. And over here, the height advantage that we're talking about, now they are the center of attraction. Moonlight Esports are trying to grab kills from every angle they can procure. They are trying to bridge block the battalions. And Superman on the board has been seen out this double kill. So the player must have just landed no weaponaries. But look at the team who was trying to bridge block is now down by 2 players. And over here, the retaliation is going to come in from Sudhir as well. But the players are being revived. No eliminations, but blue zone is going to be very crucial at this point of time.
Well, absolutely, but look at Sassidon trying to push in. So in the meantime, is going to be on ball with the bridge. Newar trying to push in. He does have the XM1014, which is a very powerful shotgun. But Sankin will try and push in as well. Thapa finding one for himself. So Stranger, sure, they've lost out on a player who can be brought back, no doubt about that. But for now, they need to fall back because this is not a fight. They need to extend. They don't want to extend this because here's the thing: Nura Gaming Esports is a very strong thing to go against. And not saying Strangers is any less. It's just that it's mutually assured destruction at this point.
And who is the real destructor here? Once the zone starts to close in, the zone is going to wipe out both the teams if they are going to take a pause before picking up fight. And they're not willing to pick up fight. Each and every team has got the same strategy. They are not picking up fight until and unless they are very sure of. Unlike during league stages, the teams are ready to go, dig in, grab some frags, and then resurrect. But here it's already 8 minutes down the clock, and not even a single entire team eliminated. Talk about Strangers here. Sure, he's trying to deliver a lot of damage against Sanura Gaming, and Freeze Bomb is sent to deliver a slow damage, but it is not going to impact much. But what is going to impact is Stranger Rabe trying to deliver a knock on his name. Will he be able to confirm? Trying to push in, and he's also getting traded with damage.
Oh, absolutely. He's been pushed quite a bit, and a lot of bullets in your direction. When they come in, you know you need to run away, but CHS, Chandra Surya Esports, I was just talking about them, right? But Sanura Gaming Esports as well will get taken out of the server. This is exactly what I was talking about. That is mutually assured destruction, because one team was going to go out, and both these teams were going to suffer, but nonetheless, Strangers coming out on top, and they were pretty close in the group stage to each other in terms of points. Sanura Gaming Esports with 237 and Strangers with 218, so not a lot of difference over there. Equal on the plane as far as the skill is concerned, but look at the amount of damage being dished out. Can Shank connect one more grenade? That is a question. Picture needs to stay alive, but he will take a lot of damage. Is still sticking to the glue wall, but one more glue wall coming in. Does he have enough time? Does he have enough HP to work with? Shank can push him, but Pikachu is all alone. Mamba has left him to dry out there, but Pikachu trying to push in. He needs to stay alive. Will run inside the hut, but the question is he going to get pushed?
Lone wolves are being captivated into their own compound. Now that is something of concern. And talking about captives, Luffy being taken down by his own landmines. I don't know. This is something that shouldn't have happened, because look at the health kits. One of the player had 0 health kits to work with, and if this is how they tend to get damaged by themselves, sure, it is a mistake. You don't do it on purpose, but you got to be very cautious with the utilities that you have collected. And if this is how you're going to waste it out, you will have nothing left in the future fights. Factory is going to be the center of the circle, at least for now, and 3 teams surrounding it. Nepstars on the course. It is going to be Simon, who just confirmed a frag on his name. Look at Pochinok, also overpopulated. 2 teams against each other. Beg for Mercy have lost their player, but are they willing to resurrect? Because resurrection point is out of the blue zone, and nobody would want to risk it, and vending machine is under control of other team. So I don't know how they are going to make their way towards the vending machine, because there's no way for the resurrection point.
Oh, absolutely, but right now we might just see a fight. The Pen wants to be aggressive, but the problem is he can't get out of the house, because the moment he steps out, he will get taken out. And Thank barely surviving, but uses the glue wall at the best possible time and is still surviving. But the problem is he has been spotted. Will he be able to stay alive long enough? He does have a lot of first aid kits to work with, but he needs backup, and Strangers will not shy away from this fight. 6 kills, and they've had wonderful teamwork, so they've come in prepared. They've come in all guns blazing, and they do look like they're in position to walk away with a Booyah Warrior, because we still have 10 teams and 36 players. 11 minutes in, 8 more minutes to go, and a lot of players still on the server, and this is going to be chaotic. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath.
Sure, it is going to be bloodbath as the circle closes and shrinks in, but right now it is Team Pirates who are paving their way against Team Reunited. It is not a safe battle to pick on to, but still they want to go for the split of 50-50, and they did successfully deliver a lot of damage though. No knocks, no confirmations, and Pochinok now is no more a part of the circle. So they need to make sure they wrap everything up as soon as possible, but how are they going to race in the open towards the circle? That is also one thing that they shall be concerned about, calling in the airdrops to upgrade the armors and vests. Sure, after so many fights, all the vests and armors are all damaged. You need to level up as the fight is progressing. But once again, this is one of the slowest maps ever witnessed in the entire Free Fire Nepal Championship. Once again, it is going to be Team Pirates Stage 3 trying to knock a player with a vehicle, and it's going to not only deliver damage to one player but also followed by other, and then comes the shotgun. Chetri successfully took down one, but then he is also down on his knees. You tend to taste what you give.
Well, it definitely hurts when you get a taste of your own medicine, but D-Pen in the meantime is still just waiting it out. The question is, does he want to go out and pick a fight? He is creeping around, he is trying to be sneaky, but Luffy is right behind him. He can get pushed any moment whatsoever, but Luffy doesn't want to go in. He's stuck behind the glue wall, so he's quite safe so far. But how long is he going to be able to hide over there? That is a question. The pin getting out, he needs to fall back because he has no backup whatsoever, and he can get caught in the crossfire. Unknown in the meantime, finding those frags with the grenade launcher, and Strangers being eliminated. They were in position to get a booyah. They had 6 kills to work with, but being taken down on position 10, that's awful. That's so sad for them.
That is sad. One match already gone. 3 teams are only eliminated. Still, there are a lot of players in the server, and several will be again living back from dead. Let's see how are they going to compensate towards the losses they've already faced through, and how are they going to bring in the positives with themselves. Sripach with 5 frags, and one of the team where I do personally believe today they are going to bring in some uniqueness, because day one they did show a lot of potential, then they struggled a lot. But today it's not going to be the day. Nepstars here out of the corner, they are trying to grab as many knocks as possible, and there's no delay in confirmation. That is something Nepstars are already making sure of, to confirm that point. Once you get the knock, one of the player is aggressively rushing. Now circle is created, one team within the circle, rest all are on the outskirts of the circle. Nepstars are also paving the way through Mars Electric, but they are playing edge to edge. Who is a center of attraction? They are going to be bombarded from all different directions.
They will be bombarded from all different directions, no doubt about that. But Sudhir, in the meantime, just waiting it out. I think his team and him are quite safe right now. They don't need to go out and pick these fights. But Naruto, in the meantime, just waiting behind that wall. But wants to try and push in. The question is, are they going to be able to walk away with any kills whatsoever? Now Naruto will get taken down. He had the MP5 to work with, but the problem is he will get taken down. Does he have enough time? His team trying to revive him, but is going to take so much damage. He will use the inhaler, but the grenade coming up as well. Sandwiches himself between the glue walls. The Joy Boy. Can he get that pick? He will, as a matter of fact.
He gets the kill. Joy does last, but as soon as we talk about the Joy, Naruto, one of the players to watch out for from the start of the day, he is also down. Zuki Esports surviving until top 5, but they only have 1 frag in their name. I don't know how this survival is going to pay them the rewards that they are looking for, because you need to have those extra frags. And over here on the edge or outside, they are on the arc of the blue circle. They are trying to pave their way as well as they call for those airdrops. I mean, airdrops, they are picking up all the weaponaries, all the throwables, whatever was in the loot box, and they are ready. But on the course, Hakle is going to shut down Sripach, the team who was thriving for survival. They have done their work very nicely. They have managed to reach top 5. Now it's barely 4 minutes on the clock for the booyah to end up, and which team is going to take it away? 4 teams, 12 players on average. 3 players are surviving in each team.
Oh yeah. Moonlight Esports in the meantime with 6 kills for themselves. They have all the players alive as well. Mamba is taking a lot of damage. He is absorbing all the bullets, but no one in the meantime. His glue wall will get taken away. Arjun is still surviving. Does have an SKS. Can dish out a lot of damage, but Sastodon in the meantime with the Groza just tapping away. Does get a knock. Needs to confirm that kill and stay alive as well. But Moonlight Esports trying their best to get this booyah, but Nepstar is not going to fall back. For Zuki Esports, the only player surviving for them is Joy, but how long is he going to be able to stay alive for Sudhir trying to push in? Does have the grenade launcher to work with, but Nepstar Esports being eliminated. Moonlight Esports in the meantime with 7 kills, and Sudhir just going all guns blazing. Does have the bike to work with, but will they be able to push in? That is a question. Priming up the grenade, but not throwing it. Arjun still waiting it out, and look at this. Team Dream Knight don't want to give it up.
Moonlight Esports trying to dominate the lobby with only 1 player remaining against 4. Well, what else Zuki Esports has to do? Joy Boy, if he had grenade launcher, he sure would have gone for some casualties on his main, but no, that is not going to happen. He's going to get caught, and Tassidon is going to knock the final nail in the coffin, and the very first player is going to go in the hands of Moonlight Esports with Tassidon. The man himself to take the final frag is going to be the MVP on the very first map of Bermuda.
Well, here's the thing, right? Sassidon finishes things up, but what I don't understand, right? If you know for a fact you're the last player surviving, you can't pull off a 1v4, might as well just go outside the zone and die. Why do you want to gift away a free point, especially on a day as important as the plains? Because every single point counts over here, and that could be the differentiator between you qualifying and not qualifying. So especially if you made it to the top 2 and you know that the team can walk away with an extra point, just go out there, sacrifice yourself. You don't need to gift that point to the opposition.
He might be looking for some exit frags. Maybe he might have thought that he's going to grab 1 kill on his name, and instead of gaining that kill on his name, he was taken down. He has given 1 kill to Moonlight Esports, one of the strongest team in the lobby today, with not having Anamlama Esports, Vibros, high voltage. I would consider Moonlight Esports one of the most consistent one, though they are thrown down to planes because it was the final league days where they underperformed, and now they are trying to make sure that once again they are pumped up, they are charged up. And I do believe the very first booyah is a morale booster, and they must have been self-happy or whatever you call it. They have boosted their morale so strongly that they are going to make sure whatever they have achieved it, they continue to do whatever they have done, and very finely done.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt about that. But Tanya, look, here's the thing. It's been one game and we've seen so much action. There was practically no downtime in this entire map, right? In this entire round. And I talked about Chandra Surya. They tried really hard. But one team that really stands out for me, right, was Strangers, because they were looking so sharp. They were getting all the kills. Their teamwork was on point. I believe they had 6 or 7 kills when they got eliminated. And I was mentioning, I was constantly mentioning that they might be walking away with the booyah over there. But something went wrong. What do you think went wrong for Strangers?
Well, Strangers, I do believe the delay in the rotation, they were still sticking to the garage point, and they had to tank up a lot of zone damage. And once you are stuck out of the zone, you are going to be gate kept, because it was they were nearing to the final circle, and that is something they should have planned a little earlier. Sure, if you want the drops, summon airdrops, you can call it a little earlier. And taking this sort of a time at a crucial point, crucial timing, because zone was of the essence. We were talking about it already, that zone is going to wipe off as many players as possible. Though zone did not eliminate anyone. And I also I would have loved to see Sripach also in the final circle within top 3 teams, but that also didn't pan out. And I'm sure the way they have started their day, they are going to continue, because first map is something you always say, that first step is always towards success is equal to several other foots. Clearly it is a magnetic rule happening. So if they are able to do it in the first map, they might be able to do it, but it is the lower half of the leaderboard who is going to do everything out of their knowledge, or everything something uniquely disturbing and upsetting the leaderboard. So let's see. I am actually waiting for those teams to bring in some new stuffs.
Oh, absolutely. I'm waiting for all these teams to get warmed up as well, because look, first game is difficult. You could get a couple of steps here and there. You could get a step right, you could get a step wrong. Sometimes things work out in your favor, sometimes they don't. But you can't let that one game get to your head, right? Because you still have 7 more games, and you need to look at it that way. 7 more games to go, and there's a lot of room for error right now. Sure, use one more match if you need, but the next 6 games after the second one, right? Just go all in, right? Get all dialed in, get zoned out, and try and make as little mistakes as possible. Because these teams, you give them an inch, and they're going to walk away with a mile.
And exactly that is what Moonlight Esports did. They were driving a mile away, trying to crash the players with the accidents. And it was not one-time incident. They were trying to run over a player over and over time, then jumping off the bike, using the shotguns, taking down the players. And that is how they have so many frags in their name. And I do like the way the vehicles are being inclusive of Free Fire Nepal Championship, and Misha also being inclusive of it. Something Skylar is pretty common, which has been used since way too long. And talking about Chrono, well, Chrono definitely is going to give you some extra few seconds, but then you need to have those collections of blue walls. If you're not having those blue walls, Chrono is not going to save you furthermore.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing, right? We've seen bikes be used more often than before, right? Players are trying to run other players over. They want to break glue walls with it. Of course, a lot of times it's used for distraction when your team is trying to rotate in. So it's quite nice to see that players are getting really creative with all the things that are available inside the game. And all in all, it's just great to see players putting in that effort to be creative with it.
And who was one of the best fighter from the side of Moonlight Esports? Well, he was creative enough for his final knock as well. 3 frags, 1 assist, and the damage definitely doesn't match up with the amount of frags he has taken. Sure, he did knock few players, which he could not convert in the kill point, and 1 headshot to connect. No revival. That means they did not lose several players. At least he wasn't taken down at all. So Sassy Don had a sassy play on his name. He survived from the start until the end with no revivals being used, which is very rare now after Resurrection joining in. So here are the total game standing on the map of Bermuda Moonlight Esports. spotted on number 1 with the 20 points, 8 frags in their name, and Nepstars chasing the kill point, sure, but then the placement points are way less comparing to what Zuki Esports did. They did not focus much on frags, they focused upon survival.
Well, they did focus on survival, no doubt about that, but Moonlight on top, Nepstar Esports with 14 points. Moonlight could have had 19 points, only if Nepstar was a little more smart, but Shripaj in a wonderful position because they've not been able to be that consistent in the group stage. They were in position 15 with 196 points in the group stage, but again, talking about the bottom 4, CHS, SE, LW, and Beck for Mercy, right? Chandra Surya Esports, again, they need to break this curse. They can't afford to lose out on any more games whatsoever. They need to be in the top 5 in the next 7 games. They don't have that leeway. They don't have that room for error. But nonetheless, we will see what happens in the second round over here.
Second map is going to be the map of Kalahari, where Chandra Surya has got a strong hold. Maybe right now they are eliminated with 0 score, which is something disheartening, but maybe they have learned their lessons. Sure, they're not spotted in the upper half of the leaderboard. They are on the rock bottom, but these things also give you a very strong lessons, and they are going to bring the best out of them on the map of Kalahari. Just in case, if you had to pick that, where do you expect a crash landing happening on the map of Kalahari, what would you pick?
Look, I've always loved Refinery and Mammoth. These are 2 places that I really want to see fights on. So I think these 2 places, if teams go down, we'll see some great action. I can guarantee you that for sure.
Well, I would definitely see Nepstars somewhere trying to go ahead and initiate the battle. This is what they have been doing by far today itself. They did not hesitate landing on Southern Island, because Southern Island usually does have one more team, Sentosa to be precise. But it's fine for them. They were ready to pick up any fight comes across their way. And right now, Circle was also a little bit Southern, which was a little different from what we usually see. So the rotations did not pan out exactly how the players did decide on the map of Bermuda, and this is what it is. You also have to be ready for the surprises, not only from the teams or the players, but also from the circles itself.
Oh, absolutely, but here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You could predict, or you can try and predict the zone as much as you want, but in Kalahari, I've always mentioned this, high ground is an advantage, sure, but not after the 4th zone, because then you need to start rotating really quickly, and the game becomes much faster, right? So if you're on top of, let's say, a cliff or a rock, and you need to jump down, sure, you can use a grapple to jump down, no doubt. The problem is when you're jumping down, you can't take a fight, you can't shoot. And you're practically a sitting duck, because anybody on the ground, right, can look up and pop a couple of headshots and take you down. But you are vulnerable. There's nothing else you can do over there. So that's a problem. So you need to be really quick on your feet. You need to rotate. You need to preemptively rotate, especially if you're on a high ground. But that's really difficult to get right? Because there's a reason why you want to maintain that high ground so that you have an advantage, but also you want to make sure that does not turn into a disadvantage while you try to rotate down.
Because you have seen these disasters happening. They are on the highest of point, and ultimately they are falling to death because of the Circle taking a brutal shift. And today I think the MVP is going to be Circle here, if this is how the Circles are going to end up. And if that happens, so holding on to a single site due to trying to grab the advantage of height, it might not work wonders. But the players are wonderful itself. They might bring in the best, whatever they have to bring in, because it is the final chance. 1 map already down for Plains and 7 more to go. So let's hope that they are going to bring whatever the best of the battles that they have to show, because this is the exact time to shine, and they have to shine the brightest to go ahead in the grand finals. 6 slots are already full and 6 remaining, and out of 5,000 member, because as you have already been mentioning so many times into the entire league stages, these are the filtered teams. 12 teams fighting today are the filtered teams out of 5,000 teams, and today it is the last room of opportunity where they have to bring in the best. So yeah, sure, we are going to see something best until and unless Circle outplays them.
Well, imagine getting outplayed by something that's arbitrary, right? That doesn't even exist, which is not even human. The Circle. Of course it hurts, but it is what it is, right? It's a part and parcel of the game. It's a part and parcel of your job. So if you get outplayed by the Circle, then that's about it. But nonetheless, we'll talk about the kill leaders over here. And of course, we have Lollipop with 5 kills, Sassidon with 3, Kakali with 3, Radha with 3 as well, and so is Nevar on 3. So only one person with an ace over there.
Yeah, Lollipop was also the very first fragger for the team, and this team successfully grabbed 7 frags in their name, out of which 5 coming in from Lollipop. So the team was only able to grab 2 frags, 3 players taking 2 frags, and 1 player taking away 5 frags in his name. Well, it is amazing, isn't it? He is doing wonderfully well, and you did mention strangers. They are spotted in top 5 here, and sure, not on the leaderboard, but on the kill feed, and if they're consistent about kills, I do believe now kills are also of massive importance, because the structure of the play is changed. You can go for the flying ducks in the air and vulnerable players in the air, and you can grab those extra points on your name.
Well, nonetheless, Kalahari is right up, and we'll hop onto the plane and see where we go. But the plane path a little towards the northern area of the map. We'll see people go down to Refinery. Sub, maybe not. Mammoth, maybe not as well. But we will definitely see a couple of hot drops at Foundation and Refinery. Tanya, I'm really excited. I hope you are too.
I'm extremely excited. Now this time the flight path isn't vertical, it is horizontal, but still it is fairly good to get a good spread out. And you're talking about Refinery landing. Sure, Shripach is the team who's going to land on Refinery, but my eyes are on Nepstars. I can't spot them. Where are they and what are they up to? Because whatever they are up to, it is only about blood and early blood on their name. They are already crash landing once again against Beg for Mercy.
Well, Beg for Mercy trying to stay alive. Abiral taking a lot of damage. He needs to run away. Does not have any utility whatsoever. He won't be able to stay alive if he gets caught. But J3 in the meantime just waiting it out. He's smart. He's in a great position, but if he wants to pick fights, he can. As a matter of fact, if he does pick that fight, he might walk away with the win. But I believe Chandrasurya Esports isn't playing this game today, because apparently I believe one of the players couldn't make it because of a network issue, I believe.
Oh, that is how they are, with 0 frags and without Chandrasurya, who's going to be the master on the map of Kalahari. Next are Esports. They don't have much of loot, but it's fine. They're always ready, and the Simons will be the first blood drawer, and they're still willing to bag some more kills. They want to go decimate an entire team, and how quick are they going to decimate it? If we have a look on the weaponaries, everybody is holding SMG. Nobody has got big guns in their name. One player just trying to chase away from every battle that is possible and from every angle. But I don't think Simon is going to allow the player to just chase out, and certainly Simon will be taken down.
Well, Mama will get taken out as well. Nepstar Esports being eliminated. Oh, that was so quick. Beg for Mercy, not showing any mercy whatsoever. And Nepstar Esports, the team which was second in the last game, being the first team to be eliminated over here. And that is so unfortunate, because look, Tanya, there's, again, sounding like a broken record, right? But there's only one thing that gets you far in this game, and that is consistency.
And the consistency of circle is inconsistent. This time it is a basic circle including all the places of the map, and the circle is not the cause of concern. But for Nepstars, getting eliminated, going for the crash landing is going to be a cause of concern in the latter phase. And right now it is going to be the fight opening between strangers. 2 players spotted in MVP, and again they're trying to pick up fight. 1 frag on their name, and let's see how many more can they bag.
Well, as many as they can, I'm hoping, because look, here's the thing. They will take every single opportunity to fight and walk away with those points, because more the merrier, right? This is one thing where you can be as selfish as you want, as greedy as you want, but a lot of times you can get a little too greedy, end up overextending, and get taken down. But talking about downtime, right? We practically had no downtime whatsoever in the last map, but this time around we do see teams rotating and being a little more careful, being a little more cautious, and 2 teams all being eliminated. I still remember 6 minutes in last map, we had all the 12 teams, and as a matter of fact, 46 players on the server.
And this is pretty quick. This is the map of Kalahari, the map that we always call about table turners, and the grapple guns that you were talking about, trying to use the advantage of height and getting that 360 with the sniper in the hand. Bantava, the man, the survivor. I have literally named this man a survivor because he successfully manages to survive every single time, no matter whatever he does, and he's going to save himself to any fall damage, and all thanks to the grapple gun. And they are trying to delay the fight. They don't want to go close in. Right now, it is the battalions who might be choked with two teams surrounding them. Beg for Mercy, who just wiped out one of the strongest team in the lobby, which is Nepstars. Against them, it's going to be Strangers. 2 kill leaders here spotted against the battalions. And the survivor Bantava is also joining in with his teammates to go for the up-close personal battles.
Well, Bantava in the meantime taking a couple of pot shots, will start running back, and a smart thing. He does have a grapple to work with, which on this map, by the way, can be really, really powerful. The question is, what is he going to do with it? For now, all we have is Thieves just waiting it out. And I wanted to talk about Sanura Gaming Esports especially, right? Because they've shown so much promise, Tanya. But the problem is they've not been able to deliver on it of sorts, because day number 3, they only had 28 points, but the next day itself, they almost pulled off 100 points.
And if they are able to do that today, imagine how much of chaos they can create with other 11 teams within the lobby. Cosmic here, getting a woodpecker, delivering a lot of damage, confirming the frags. That is something good. And the height advantage also comes into the action. Tower control totally in the hands of Sripach. The team sure spotted in top 5, not with the standing points, but with the kill points. And now they are going to be against Sanura Gaming Esports. They're chasing out of the battle. They don't want to lose players early on, but Strangers here, they are pretty sure. They got first frag very early on, followed by other right now. They are trying to follow one of the codes, which is slow and steady wins the race. They are not being very aggressive, but at the same time, they're also being very consistent about grabbing the frags with no loss of players.
Well, absolutely, but look at Radhe, right? He's on top. He has a glue wall for cover, which is smart because you need to isolate yourself. You need to start isolating angles. But I'm not quite sure what the idea is. Look, man, you're not Spider-Man. You can't just look up in random directions and use your web and this ain't New York City. But, of course, if you have a grapple, you can jump down without taking in damage and be as aggressive as you want. But Radhe, for now, all he's going to do is provide Overwatch to his team, and he's going to use a grapple as well. This is exactly what I was talking about. Cosmic will get pushed in by Strangers. 1 versus 4 is never easy to survive in, but Cosmic, well, he's going to start pushing them. I'm not quite sure what the idea is, but he will get taken down. He will pay the price. And Cosmic not being able to stay alive over there, that is so unfortunate, but Strangers playing it so smartly.
And these smart plays are something that Strangers are trying to go for, and they are trying to grab 1 kill at a time. Don't you think this is just about perfection? Not losing any players, let alone losing. They're not even tanking up a bit of damage as well. They're successfully trying to trying to grab a control against 1 player, covering him from all 3 different directions. 4th one is open, sure, but if he runs in open, other 3 are definitely going to take him down. They are being very correct about their play. They are not committing any small mistakes. Joy Boy just trying to give some shots to make them realize he's still holding on to this angle, and command post is one of my personal favorite spots where I do like the circles to get where the circle do finishes.
Well, for now, Joy Boy, he's trying his best to get those kills, but he's not going to be able to do that. And yeah, just trying to tap away. But the XM8, it's a decent gun. It's a decent gun. I still remember the MP40 combo with the XM8, or you could even use it with a sniper, was so powerful. And of course, if you're playing a public match, you can use gun properties, which you can't in tournaments. So if you have the bunny skin, it's deadly. But regardless, Karkley in the meantime is just going to start rotating. He does have his teammates to back him up, and we might see Shripach fight with Sanura Gaming Esports, and there's one more team trying to creep up. I'm not quite sure which team that is. Team Reunite, is that?
Team Reunite, well, that is Team Pirates and Sripach battling against each other about who's going to control the towers of Refinery. Lollipop, the topmost fragger here, is sitting with 0 frags on his name, and he's also trying to help his teammate. But will he be successfully able to revive? Because resurrecting is a core, reviving is easy. All you got to do is just grab 2 health kits, and you're back. But Tamang here, getting spotted, being taken down, and here to retaliation. Thapa successfully. No, it is Sanura Gaming on the other end who's trying to do, and fell to death. Now this is something scary. Always happens on the map of Kalahari when you just miss to push a button about the grapple. You definitely go for the jump button being pressed, but you miss the grapple button. You misclick it, and this is exactly what it happens. And Sripach cannot afford to go down so early on. And how opposite the table is turning on. Nepstar's getting eliminated, Sripach struggling, but here Lone Wolf, Ram has already managed to get the entry in command post, and he has ended up in the circle of sharks.
Well, he has ended up in the circle of sharks, but Raza, in the meantime, he's going to wait it out and see what happens over here. Reunite, trying the best to stay alive, trying the best to get those kills, but they need to fall back in command post. It's not an easy area to pick fights in because there's so many tents around you. There's so many open areas as well where you can get overwatch from the towers and get taken down, but Dharmuse is just going to try and push in. Can he find the kill though? That is the question. The other team though, Zuki, is not making their lives any easier by playing this cat and mouse game where they're using these containers as a maze for a lot of cover.
And containers are fairly good cover because looking at blue walls now, there are only 5 remaining, so they cannot waste out everything once they are not very sure about winning the battle. And look at Tope with no health kits whatsoever. If he gets exposed to any lead or any grenades, he will be down forever until and unless sure you are resurrected or no. That depends about your survival of other 2 respective teammates, other 3 indeed. And 2 frags on the name of Team Reunited Zuki Esports, gradually paving their way. They have realized that there's a player, and did you see Tope was trying to escape the grenade of Kakle, but the man Kakle never tends to miss any of the grenades right now. Tope is down. Will he be resurrected? Indeed, not him. Dharmuse will also be confirmed.
The Muse, well, for now, he's gonna have to wait this out. Raza, and he's trying to run away, but the question is, what is he going to be able to achieve? He's showing his back. His teammate is already out there. He's running away. He's been left out hanging to dry, and he will get taken out after not miss out on those shots, and up and he wants himself as well. But he needs to jog with the X10 giving back up, but Kakle in the meantime is going to be pushing in, and this is a problem for Team Reunite.
And vehicle explosion. Now that was, just see Jange and the battalions, Team Pirates and the battalions were fighting out, and very rarely do we see the casualties with the vehicle explosion. Player tend to jump out of the vehicle right on time, and again, this is some rare case scenario happening. So not very rare, but I do enjoy that, but I don't enjoy Team Reunited getting eliminated so early on, and so does the battalions. Like the teams who performed very well early on the map of Bermuda, they have lost all the momentum because the teams from beneath have started explodingly play well, and Moonlight Esports, the table toppers, are still surviving, and up against them it is going to be Beg for Mercy on one corner, on the other it is going to be Sripach with 3 players surviving.
Well, of course, in the meantime, is going to be knocked out, but Arjun, look at him, he's on top of the house, but he needs to stay alive. That's the problem. If he gets taken down over there, he won't have any backup whatsoever, but he still wants to take those shots. He still wants to go in and take that fight with the Woodpecker, which is a very powerful weapon, but choking him outside his zone. Still taking those fights, but now he's going to start rotating, and Arjun, is he going to be able to stay on top of the house? Superman with the arm, getting those kills, and now this is a problem. Sanura Gaming Esports struggling quite a bit. And oh yeah, we do have Moonlight Esports with 4 kills for themselves and having all the players alive.
And surviving as a squad is one of the strongest composition of the team, and as soon as we say that Moonlight Esports have already 2 players down on the knee, zone is also closing in. They have to do whatever they have to do very early on because Sarpa is already on the way to attack the players in the best of patterns, and Sudhir trying to heal himself, and Sudhir is going to be taken down by Chetri's landmine. Now that was a good positioning here. He went for the back flank and it backfired him, and grenades will also be thrown by Sassy Dawn, MVP of the previous map, 4 frags on their name, and they are still sticking to this fight. They want to make sure they end up the fight in their name, and Team Pirates are on the killing spree. This is Kalahari, always new names pop up.
Oh yeah, but Arjun, in the meantime, We'll jump back down. Superman has been taken out from Moonlight Esports, but the question is, can he be brought back into the game? Zeppo right in the dead center of the zone, which you can also call the kill zone or the hornet's nest when you have so many teams alive. And that's exactly what's going to happen. He's taking so much damage. Can he stay alive? Sanura Gaming Esports struggling quite a bit. They have managed to get an early rotation out, but the problem is they're getting attention from all teams in the zone. Sassy Dom trying to use his Groza to the best of his ability and take those players out. And this is exactly what I was talking about, right? When you're using the grapple, when you're jumping down, you're practically a sitting duck. You can't fire back, you can't retaliate. And Sassy Dom realizes that's not his fight to take. He needs to fall back. He needs to retreat from there.
And over here, Moonlight Esports, they are having a cover, just a brick, just a cement block. How long are they going to stick to this? Sure, it is a part of a circle. They can hold on to for a while, but gradually they will have to make the move. Team fighters are also struggling through play zone. Now that is something we don't expect. The players are still being resurrected, coming in from the side of Sanura Gaming. Play zone is playing so bad. The circle was so nice, but ultimately third consecutive player falling within just a minute. Now that is very, very brutal of circle. But this is the game. The circle is going to go for those hard shifts. You have to be prepared here. And out of the zone, one of the players will be caught by Sassy Dawn. Is going to confirm 6 frags on their name, but with only 2 players, will they be able to procure Booyah? Because there are still 11 players in the lobby.
There are 11 players in the lobby, but here's look at Sassy Dawn. In the meantime, for now, he's just gonna wait it out. Zeppu trying to crawl back in, and Thalpa just waiting it out. But Deepen using the grenade, the chrono shield being used, but is Deepen going to get taken down? That is a question. The grenade coming in, Shrine getting that knocked down with the grenade, and TMP is going to get eliminated. Lone Wolves with 3 kills and all the 4 players surviving. And they make it work in their favor. But Moonlight Esports, they don't want to shy away from this fight. They want to go out there and pick it, but Sanura Gaming Esports is right next to them. Zeppu is waiting it out inside the hut, playing it so smartly.
Sure, it is a smart play, but will they be outplayed? Zepo hiding into a small aluminum compound, and I don't know how safe is that, but right now Sudhir also doesn't look to me very safe. He's trying to pick up a battle with just a small cover, and on the course, Ram is going to give a good spray out of M249, took down one of the players, and now it is going to be a long range fight. Grenade launcher against the grenades. Sudhir did pop your grenades, none of them got connected, and the sneaky player. Now he's also caught down by Sassy Dawn. He's not going to delay the confirmation, and Sanura Gaming on the court is going to face a very quick shutdown. Now it is all down to 2 teams remaining, because Lone Wolves have taken down the table toppers, Moonlight Esports. Now it is all about Lone Wolves, both players surviving against strangers with only 2 players remaining.
Only 2 players remaining, but well, Jan, in the meantime, he's going to try and push in. Here's the Booyah! Tanya, did he expect this to go this way? Because Lone Wolves, by the way, sorry, were at the bottom of the battle, at the absolute bottom, position 18 with 144 points in the group stage, and for them to walk away with a Booyah over here is monumental.
And sure, we did talk about multiple times from the start that it is the day for the teams who are on the bottom of the leaderboard of league stages, who are going to outshine, who are going to perform out of the box. And this is some play where we do witness the team who is on the rock bottom grabs away the Booyah on the map of Kalahari. Sure, we don't have Chandan Surya, that's fine. They're not going to take away the Booyah. But we do have Lone Wolves. New name every single time. Moonlight Esports started to struggle a bit. Sure, they were able to shut a team, Sanura Gaming Esports, but they overextended themselves and there was nowhere to go. On the right also, they had one team who did survive until position 2. And if at all, they would have gone for the fight on the right direction, they might have survived. But on the left, they had a squad strong team, not only grabbing away the Booyah, but an ample amount of kills as well on their name.
Oh, absolutely. But for now, I'm sure Lone Wolves is going to be really happy, because for them to taste that, they have that taste of victory, right? And to get these points and also be somewhere on the scoreboard where they're not at the absolute bottom is going to feel nice, and they're going to want more. This is exactly what I was talking about. In a group stage, right, you have multiple days, so the matches are spread across and span across multiple days, and where you have to be super consistent throughout the days. Over here, you could have a couple of good games and still qualify for the grand finals.
And today it's the day. all they gotta do is just grab few more good games, and if they are able to do it, just imagine the toppers into the entire league stage has been taken down, and the teams who have been underperforming throughout the league stages, they pull out the ace card, and it is the club of ace. For now, I would not reconsider it, saying Lone Wolves grabbing away the booyah against two strong teams, Strangers, and it was the team who just grabbed the very first booyah for the day. And if Moonlight Esports, to be precise, if they are able to win a booyah against them, surviving as a squad, I think they are in the best of the form, at least in the map of Kalahari. And will they be consistent is going to be the question, because Mamba, Nepstars getting eliminated on position 11, having no Chandra Surya here. We did start with 11 teams, which you already mentioned. So now that was also one of the loss factor for Team Nepstars, because they like playing consistently with the crash landing pattern.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing, right? When you have a predictable pattern like that, it's also easy to be countered. So you need to have layers to your strategies, right? You need to have plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, as many alphabets as you can come up with. But let's go back to the highlights. Let's rewind a little bit and go through what happened in this matchup, right? What were the moments that stood out for you, Tanya?
Oh, well, I would say Moonlight Esports, they were able to grab every single frag in every corner. Here also, they did find out the sneaky player, but then moving out of the glue wall is something that they should have done a little after peeking. Jump peeking is the exact way how they could have predicted about how many players are there. But the booyah baggers, it is going to be Shrank with 4 frags on his name, 4 assists. Now that is massive, 4 frags and 4 assists with 1600 of damage, and he also successfully brought one player back from death, and that is how they were a squad strong team. And Shrank certainly did give his best, because very rarely do we see, right, Mamba, kills and assists matching up the scores.
Oh, absolutely. Kills and assists matching up the scores. You don't usually get to see this, but this is like a proper multiple. And 4 into 400, I believe, is 1600. But regardless, Lone Wolves with 12 placement points, 8 kills and 20 points in total. So they will find themselves being pushed up on the scoreboard, and that's great for them. All they need to do is maintain their position in the top 5. And as far as I'm concerned, I do believe they would have broken into the top 6, at least, if not the top 5 or maybe the top 8. But that's something that we'll only know once we have a look at the overall scorecard, which will take a while.
Sure, it is going to take a little while, but oh yeah, Moonlight Esports sure not in position 1. They did bag a booyah with total 20 points, and that is exactly what Lone Wolves did. Lone Wolves did not perform so strong in the first map, and still they are going to ladder up to position 2. The buffer is 10 points. Dookie Esports gave their best, but then losing early on, getting eliminated early on. This is how they are on number 3. Team Pirates were very strong in this particular map. Now look at them. Total 12 frags in their name, which is the second highest in the lobby.
Oh, absolutely. But look at them. Moonlight Esports Lone Wolves on the second position, which I didn't really expect, because I have a terrible short-term memory and didn't know exactly how many points every single team had. But for them to be second, all they need to do is end up in the top 5 from the next game onwards. 6 more games to go, Tanya. They can do this. They can absolutely pull it off, and it's going to be quite a heist if they manage to do this, because nobody saw Lone Wolves coming out like this.
Yeah, nobody did see, but this is how you gotta come. And ladies and gentlemen, we are heading for a short break, and really it's very tiny one. Make sure you share the stream as much as possible, because I and Mamba are going to be back with 2 new maps, Purgatory and Alpine, one of the viewers' favorite, one of the casters' favorite, and uniqueness is something that is brought a lot in this tournament for Free Fire Nepal Championship. We'll be right back in time.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Free Fire Nepal Championship. My name is Ranjit Mama Senior Patel. Alongside me is the lovely, the wonderful, the ever-smiling star Tanya. Tanya, wonderful 2 games, of course. We still have 6 more matches to go. But for the 2 of us, we have 2 more matches to go. And you can have Purgatory, you can have Alpine, which is going to come up. Purgatory used to be my old favorite map. Alpine is a newer one. And of course, just like every other person out there, when you get a new toy, you don't want to play with the old ones, right? So, what are your expectations from these 2 maps?
Well, talking about Purgatory, we always say that one of the most mysterious map out of all 4, it is Purgatory. So I don't have any predictions about Purgatory, but sure, if I had to talk something about the map of Alpine, I do feel Moonlight Esports should be one of the team to grab the second booyah on their name for the very first half of the day. Talking about Purgatory, well, you try to predict who do you think? I mean, it's fine. A team who you think is going to be surely spotted in top 3.
A team that I can guarantee in the top 3 would probably be Sanura Gaming Esports.
Whoa, some uniqueness also joining in. And I would really love to see Sanura Gaming Esports performing well on the map of Purgatory. And we are going to jump in there, and I wouldn't ask you the circle prediction, sure, because I would definitely love to see that triple finisher circle, a triple cert island finisher, but that is very rare case scenario, which we all tend to enjoy, but the players don't. Ladies and gentlemen, we are jumping in the very 3rd map for the day, which is Purgatory, flight path, diagonal, a bit diagonal, but it is running from north to south, and my eyes will still stick to Nepstar Esports. Whom are they contesting against this time?
I guess only time can tell us, but Chandrasurya Esports dropping in first. We do have Beg for Mercy going in towards Crossroads and maintaining control of that entire area. There's nobody apart from them over there. So they can absolutely start quick looting and then go after the teams. But the question over here is going to be, what are you going to do about this? Are you just going to wait? Or are you going to be proactive and start picking these fights? Nepstar Esports, they don't have anybody around them for the time being. We talk about Serena Gaming Esports, they're right next to Lone Wolves and Shripach.
Well, Nepstar Esports are landing nowhere. That is why they have nobody on the share of the grounds. They have learned a lesson badly on the map of Kalari. They don't want to go crash landing. Zuki Esports on the ground of Central. Nobody's sharing Central as well. Now that is surprise.
Well, I guess every day you learn something new, because there's a reason why we keep saying Purgatory is a map where the unexpected happens. This map does not make sense in terms of meta. This has always been like that. When you talk about Arjun, for now, he's looting that hut by the riverside, but we do have Zuki Esports, which can start pushing them in. But Moonlight Esports is not a team to back off. They're not the team to walk away from a fight, and the moment they smell blood, they're going to go after it.
Sure thing. They are going to wait for that one drop of blood, smell, and then aggress. And Quarry. Circle is already inclusive of Quarry and does look a pretty comfortable circle to me. Sanura Gaming Esports, the team that you are expecting within top 3. Let's see if they're going for the passive approach or for the aggressive one, because they are in a good position where they have vending machine nearby. They have got Sripach also nearby, and Sripach wouldn't hesitate picking up the battle. And they've got the upper ground advantage as well. So yeah, it is going to be Sanura Gaming against Sripach. The fight is between the verticality inclusive. Here the advantage, according to me, is in the hands of Sripach and Setu walking the open. And now the players are starting to get finished. Racing an open is never a choice here on the map of Purgatory. Nah, you wouldn't want to do it, because it is all it is a map with open fields and grasses, no trees as well, to give you a small bit of cover.
Oh, absolutely, but I guess we'll find out what happens over here. Juke, in the meantime, is going to be rotating. He does have the art to work with, but Sripach not being aggressive. Look at the zone. Oh my lord. I think I've seen this way too often now, the zone, which usually always ends up going towards Brazilla, but this time around, the majority of the land pass is towards golf course. So you could see a potential golf course zone.
It's going to be great. After so long, we are going to end up watching the golf course zone. And sure, we have seen several times where only the Western Island tends up to be the final part of the circle, and it does look like to me as well. Brasilia here is contested by Team Pirates. one of the teams who is spotted as the second highest kill leaders for the day, at least by far. Up against them, it is going to be Team Reunited. They are closing an inch by an inch. Very slower approach, but they are very distinct about it. They are very sure about it. They want to pick up the battle, because if not, you wouldn't go so close in the hearts of Brasilia, where you're very sure of one or two teams are definitely going to land in.
Oh, absolutely. One or two teams might always land in over there, but Sonora Gaming Esports have called them out to be one of the top 3 teams in this map, but the problem is the position that they're in. They might be in for a world of trouble, because you have Streetpush right next to them. We have Zuki as well, which can take them out. So they're literally sandwiched between 2 teams. The question is, are we going to see a fight over there? Sure, they want to go in for an early rotation. We've always seen Sonora Gaming Esports take the center of the zone, so they don't have to rotate as much. But in the meantime, the question over here is going to be, what are they going to do about this? Are they going to stay there? Are they going to pick a fight? But in the meantime, Tope trying to take a couple of shots on Jange, but Zetri is going to take some damage as well.
A little bit of damage is not going to get affected, but being captivated in your heart compound always breaks my heart. And here we go, freeze bomb taking down one player. Now this map of Purgatory is going to bring a lot of new books, a lot of new chapters, and over here it is going to be Dule taking down Say3, but new walls are going to be the savior until and unless this is the precision of Grenade who's going to decide the fate. And Jange successfully took down Dule once again, has also confirmed 2 players down. And now Team Reunited now deciding to move out of this battle. Now picking up this battle also made no sense. Until and unless you have to pick up a fight, you don't have to. And I believe they missed that part. They learned the lessons and moved out of sight. But near to the docks, there are multiple teams. On the Western Island, it is going to be Sripach. Near to the river banks, there is going to be Sonora Gaming Esports, and the team who's attempting to bridge block is going to be Zuki Esports.
Oh yeah, team is going to attempt to block it off. It's going to be Zuki Esports, but they don't need to do anything as such. But the problem, okay, I'll tell you what though. Look at Sonora Gaming Esports. The only problem I have with their position, right, is that it's on low ground. If they need to come out of that place, they have no solid cover to work with. Teams can bridge cam them, and all they could do at that point is just pray to Lord and pray to God that they actually make out of it alive, which I don't see happening. I'll be very honest. It's a good idea, but a terrible position.
A position is definitely terrible, but how are they going to make use of it? Because it is map of Purgatory. Several times we have spotted that the players are strong enough to make a move without being noticed step by step. But here, Moonlight Esports are trying to go as slow as possible, tanking up a lot of damage from the zone and also picking up fight against the battalions. It is Rohan Bandava very close against them. Vehicles are also put to blast. And when Kahama on the course has taken down Sudhir, now Moonlight Esports picking up this battle, they are turning the praise themselves instead of getting the kills in their name. So yeah, they did pick a battle which might not end up clearly in their favor. They both are in the zone. The Rich is going to provide cover, but for how long? Because it is zone ultimate you are battling against. Sure, you can fight against a team, but you can never fight against a zone until and unless you have ample amount of time and ample amount of health kits, which is not a case of scenario either ways. And here we see Yujiro is down and Arjun as well. The players have been traded. Yujiro will be revived, but there's nobody to revive the player from Moonlight Esports.
Oh, there is nobody to revive the player from Moonlight Esports, but Pratham, in the meantime, look at him. Just waiting now. Zuki Esports, in the meantime, they've been pretty smart about the way they've approached the game. Moonlight Esports, in the meantime, struggling quite a bit. 12 teams, 42 players. We still have all the teams in the server. Currently, as a matter of fact, make it 43 players now. 8 minutes in, Tanya, if you have all the teams and all of these players live. Do you understand how crazy it's going to get towards the end of the match?
It is going to be, I don't know, it is going to be mayhem. And which weaponaries will be used to go for it? Circle does shrink, and in a pattern where still 3 islands are going to be part of it. And look at Beg for Mercy. They are moving out of the circle. I don't know why they are doing it. It is just trying to delay the fight or delay the entry. They don't want to be the center of attraction. But Nepstar Esports, they did not go for the crash landing, but they have got the best of the loot in all possible ways, because this was the only team who dropped near to the high tier loot zone, grabbed all the loot. They haven't had a single bullet fired against the opponent by far, so they are in one of the best conditions to pick up fight against any team in the lobby. They are going against Team Reunited Tope, a single player who just got resurrected. He was down by the grenade coming in from the side of Team Pirates, and now he just got resurrected. But how long will he survive? Because Nepstars, they are not going to go easy against anyone here.
They aren't, but I guess we'll just find out. Now the zone is quite concerning for all teams, because you can't figure out where the zone is going to end. In the meantime, Pikachu just waiting it out. He could take a couple of shots, but can he connect them? Is he going to have that? Is he going to have that much time to take aim, pop ahead? I guess we'll have to wait it out and see. But Nepstar Mamba is going to be on the run along with his team. They need to get out of this position, because look, while they are still in the zone, they need to find a better position, maybe a little more inside the zone. But if it works out for them, if the zone works out in their favor, then they might actually not have to move one bit.
That is going to be very interesting if the circle moves in that direction. But the way circle is playing, as the day progressed, they initiated. It was all about Southern Island. As the day progressed, we saw a total of 3 casualties in the name of Circle, not in anybody else's name. And I don't see Circle being any helpful. It is going to turn very brutal with every single minute being passed. Zuki Esports is squad strongly up against the battalions. Shotguns will be used from both the ends. But here it is going to be Zuki Esports Naruto, the player to watch out for. Where we did witness, it was the front page for the start of the day. And now he is going to be confirmed in no time. Bantawa down on the knees. And Bantawa, one of the strongest pillar for the team, is also shut. And if he's down, will the team struggle? Will the team survive? And are they going to reach? Because we are in the double digit of the minutes as well. But the teams are still 12 intact. Nobody is getting eliminated. One of the slowest map of the entire tournament.
Oh yeah, this is probably the slowest map that we've seen so far. 11 minutes in, we still have all the 12 teams live and almost 40 players in the server. But Yujiro in the meantime is going to get taken down, will get eliminated as well. There's only one player from TBS surviving. That is going to be Rohan. Team Battalion struggling quite a bit. But for now, Team Pirates, they are looking quite strong, and Team Battalions will get eliminated. And Zuki Esports shutting a team down for themselves. In the meantime, 11 minutes in, Tanya. So many players. I feel like the last couple of zones are going to be unbelievable in terms of action, but also impossible to cross, because there's just going to be so much happening.
And it is purgatory. There's not going to be much of cover as well. I don't know how much of the cover will Glue Wall provide, because it is going to be all about open fields. But look at Circle. As we talked about it, it is moving towards the Western Island, where River is also going to be part of it. And Team Pirates have still to pave the way towards the Circle, but it is Sanura Gaming Esports. They are trying to deliver a lot of damage with the grenades, but they will be countered as well. Nobody is going to get an easy hand against anyone. It is the final. It is a day of judgment. I know Grand Finals is far away, but still, play-ins is going to be a day of judgment for 6 teams, because they want to make sure they qualify towards the Grand Finals. Nepstars Esports on the way are still picking up fight in the blue zone, which definitely doesn't sound good to me. But Nepstar Esports are ready to do something which is unusually bad for them.
Well, Pikachu in the meantime is going to be rotating, but he wants to go back and maybe buy his teammates back in. I'm not quite sure what the idea is over there. Sanura Gaming Esports, I have predicted for them to be in the top 3, but the way they are playing, that might actually not happen, because they're being super aggressive. The question over here is what is going to happen. Zeppo will get eliminated. Zeon healing himself, but Zio will fall down, Tanya.
Finally, it is going to be the teams falling like fleas. Not players, the teams are falling like fleas. Within just a minute, we saw a total of 3 eliminations. Golf course within the Circle. Zuki Esports can bring in the best of advantage here. They might close in towards the Booyah as well, but will they be allowed? Circle moves in again. Zuki Esports remains out of the Circle, and the team's repatch, landing on golf course, holding on golf course, having the best of weaponaries. They haven't used anything because they haven't fought anything. Now I think they are in best of the position, but Sanura Gaming Esports not spotted in top 3. 3. They are eliminated in bottom 3. And this is Purgatory. Expect the unexpected. Lone Wolves here. 3 frags on their name, 3 players still surviving. And Circle is not helpful to anyone. Not even a single team in the lobby. Sripach got a good zone prediction here.
Well, Simons is on the bridge right now. Luffy wants to push in. The question is, he's going to be able to find the kill because Zone is coming in. But there is a Chrono Shield with the Freeze Bomb doing its work. And the question of there is going to be, what is Wolves going to do? Luffy finding that kill for the team. Lone Wolves looking pretty goddamn strong over here. But in the meantime, the opponent is going to find a quad kill. But Tsuki Esports, not a team I would have assumed would be so dominant.
And they are pretty determined as well in the map of Purgatory. They do look not only dominant but also determined. 6 frags in the name, long range fight. There's nowhere they can go for a close range battle because they will have to go up in an open area where you're going to say, come on, shoot me up, and you wouldn't want to do that. Not by choice, until and unless Circle wants to force you. Beg for Mercy against Sripach. One of the best zone predictors up against Beg for Mercy have come all the way by rotating in the zone. Shotguns blazing, fires, and one player trying to survive for as much as possible. And he's doing himself with blue wall. But will he survive? It's going to be a question. One grenade should do the deal, and Sripach getting eliminated on position 5. The team holding the golf course for quite too long, being taken down so flawlessly by Beg for Mercy. 1 kill was enough.
Well, 1 kill was, I would say 1 kill wasn't enough, but Beg for Mercy in the meantime, they have 2 kills themselves and they've still made it to the top 3. But the question over here is, how far can they push it? Zuki Esports want to walk away with the booyah. Beg for Mercy don't want to show any mercy to them, but the glue wall being stuck in the glue wall over there and his legs being exposed. But Zephyr wants to push in. The question is, will he be able to find the kill? He does have the XM10. 14 will guarantee that kill. Zuki Esports being taken down one by one. It is 3 teams still surviving, but Zuki Esports, they don't want to give up on this that easily. Cosmic, in the meantime, will get completely eliminated from the server, and Beg for Mercy still hanging on.
They are going to hang on. Top 3 teams. Zuki Esports with 9 frags in the name and only 2 players surviving. Lone Wolves once again, a squad strong team. I don't know, out of nowhere, Lone Wolves have got the best of energy today, the best of performance today. We haven't seen them so aggressive in the past of the league stages, and if they are able to grab a booyah once again, now that is going to create a history for themselves. And there's no way anybody can move out in the open because once they do, there's no cover, and Rock was the only cover here. But Lone Wolves with that grenade launch is going to shut down Zuki Esports, and it is all down to Beg for Mercy. It is 3 versus 1, and I think everything is, ball is in Lone Wolves' court, and so is the booyah. But who's going to be the MVP?
Trank with 4 kills and a 1600 damage, 1635 damage is going to be the MVP, and Lone Wolves coming on top of this one once again. What has happened to them? Because last match as well, they walked away with the booyah. This time around as well, they're going to walk away with the booyah. They've come all guns blazing. They've come in with a plan and they're executing it quite well.
Not only second consecutive booyah, but Shrank taking away the second consecutive MVP title as well. And they are being consistent. Now in the map of Alpine, if they are going to make sure this is how they are going to perform, there's no force that can stop this team. At least not during play-ins. Let's see whatever happens if they qualify for the grand finals or no. But something that they are playing out, which they missed in league stages, we always say that 1 week after the league stages is always about homeworks. They have done it pretty well.
They have done it pretty well, but it's also a double-edged sword, right? Because sure, you're preparing for all these teams, you're getting more time to... so I would say you're getting more competitive exposure, more experience, but at the same time, if you qualify, you're playing the grand finals the day after, right? The teams which have already made it to the grand finals have a chance to study all these teams while they're already playing. So it's really difficult to come up with counters for the top 6 teams which have already made it to the grand finals, and also for the bottom 12, because you still need to compete in the play-ins.
Sure. So there's going to be a room of homework for the teams who have already qualified, and today I do believe they must be watching as well, because you need to do your homework well. Any 6 teams are going to qualify, because we are not even half there yet. 3 maps down, 1 more map to go, and that is going to be map of Alpine. And I do see Moonlight Esports getting the second Booyah in their name. But if at all Lone Wolves allow them to take, because Lone Wolves are conquering in a pattern by 4 players surviving until the final circle, and circle is always playing bad. They, in the map of Kalahari, circle took down 3 casualties in their name. Purgatory also had a weird triple island circle. And talking about Zuki Esports, sure, they managed to get 9 kills in their name by the end of the match, but no Booyah was allowed with the grenade launcher that they called upon with the summon airdrop.
Oh, absolutely. But Chetri, in the meantime, look, he dished out a lot of damage for the team, right? Because sure, you can talk about all the players in the world, but you need to point out players which did a lot for the team. And in the meantime, Shang from Lone Wolves walking away with the MVP. 4 kills, 2 assists, 1635 damage, 3 headshots, and a team revival. So definitely created a lot of value for the team, not just with the kills, but with the assists and the revival.
Sure, previous MVP, he did manage to get 4 assists on his name, but every day is not Sunday. By the way, Sunday is the grand finals. Let's see if he's going to make sure he performs the same pattern with a different lobby, because today we don't have the Lions in the lobby and Wolves are working very strong here. So sure, they are doing pretty good. Previously, they managed to score 20, this time 19. Still very good. They were in top 3. They are going to continue to do so. Zuki Esports on the course, they have also leveled up with the amount of frags in the name. Team Pirates being pretty consistent about the frags. Beg for mercy, they are trying to retaliate in best of the forms, but in terms of placement, not in terms of frags.
I guess we'll find out what happens, but for now, total standings, Lone Wolves with 44 points. And they are looking pretty comfortable right now. I'm not going to lie, but it's only been 3 games. We still have 5 more games to go. Took me a while. My math is really bad. But 5 more games to go. Anything could happen. They could have terrible games and they could still be kicked out of the top 6. So the only thing I'm going to say over here is just keep doing what you've been doing in the last 2 games. Keep head down, be focused, and don't let this victory sort of, take away from your commitment and your focus that you've had in the last 2 games.
What about Lone Wolves? They have played total of 4 days. They have never crossed a total of 43 in an entire day. Now, in the very first cycle, they have successfully pulled the score of 44. So they still do have 5 more matches remaining. I don't know what score are they planning to deliver for themselves. Zuki Esports here, without any Booyah, spotted on position 2. Now that I find very interesting. I don't know, Mamba, what about you? But a team without any Booyah spotted in the podium is always the team that catches my eyes the most, because here they are not only playing with the kill points, but also being very consistent in terms of surviving until top 3, top 4, sometimes maybe 5. But this is one of the teams, Zuki Esports, qualifying through open qualifiers and trying to make sure that they qualify in the grand finals and create history on their name. But look at Sri Pach. They are pushed down by Beg for Mercy performing well on the map of Purgatory.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt about that. But here's the thing, right? You don't need Booyahs to be in the top 3. You don't need Booyahs to be in the top 5. All you need to do is be in the top 3 or top 5 consistently in every single game, and you will be there. There's no doubt about that. But then again, it depends on what your play style is. If you know that you have the firepower to dominate the opposition, then go out and do it. Play your natural game. Don't force yourself to change your game too much. And players using talcum powder, blowing off the extra talcum powder over there, a player from Shripach. It's really important, by the way. It's really necessary to use it, because it allows your thumbs to glide, but there's also one problem with it. It can ruin your screen. So folks, if you're using talcum powder especially, look at the player from Zuki Esports as well. Straight up just taking the bottle and putting it on the phone. Be careful, but look at this. Ooh, look at the plane path.
Well, it is exterior. It is towards northern side, and none of the southern islands are inclusive. But I know Vantage will be held by Zuki Esports, because they have managed to survive in the southern zone every single time. But have a look Snowfall being the highest resource loot zone, and that is going to be one of the places, if at all it ends up being in the circle. But I do believe circle is not going to be any easier. It is going to be toughest, and it is going to be base camp where Zuki Esports is ready to go Crash Clan against Team Reunited, and Railroad also have two teams which is Fight for Mercy. But look at Zuki Esports, as soon as they land in, whatever weapon they have in their hand, they want to go get the title of the First Blood.
They do want to get the title of the First Blood, but Naruto in the meantime with the swag 7, can he find the kill? Oh, that is not going to happen. He will get taken down, but Carclay coming back in clutch, trying to find a knock. He will find it on Tope, but Tope not going down without a fight. And Pratham in the meantime will try and get his teammate back, but does he have enough resources? That's a question. Zuki Esports this time around struggling quite a bit initially.
Struggling initially, it is like a trade game. They lost one, they got one to no advantage. This crash landing definitely did not deliver what they were seeking. And on the course where the player Naruto tried to push in, Max 7 was one of the best weapons. We wouldn't deny, but against an SMG in a close range, he couldn't attack. He couldn't connect the headshots that he was willing to. Circle is inclusive of a part of the location where Zuki Esports has just landed. But once again, Bridge and Zuki Esports, they've got a strong bond there. They always end up nearing towards the bridge. But Lone Wolves, the Booyah Baggers, are also ready with the early action. And Sripach, the player is down on the knees. And will he be confirmed? Because UAV is going to reveal a lot of information. And I do believe they've got enough information about in which angle to push, which angle not to push. One frag with no loss of players. Lone Wolves, are they going to grab a triple booyah in their name?
Well, I guess only time can tell that story. Because as much as we want to see how these teams can walk away with booyahs, they need to be consistent. And they need to keep repeating what they've been doing. But regardless, Tree Punch towards Duel, just waiting it out. I'm not quite sure what the idea is over there. They don't need to rotate back into the zone right now, but it's better to be inside the zone and start looting than be outside, because then you're not worried about it too much.
And well, what I'm exactly worried about is Zuki Esports changing the drop point. Now they were making sure of landing on the base camp where they are always on the vantage. Now realizing losing a player early on is not something they wanted, so now they are going to their typical drop point, or maybe default drop point. And now it is going to be Sanura Gaming Esports, pretty safe, but they are split on the island. Zepu on the west island are the three players on the mainland, and Forest Red is totally contested by Lone Wolves. Now there's no other team willing to pick up battle against the team who bagged Booyah 2 times consecutively. But I do believe there's going to be a tiff between Nepstars and Sripach in no time near the western islands, southwestern island, because these two teams are starting to figure out, because where is the player, where are the players, and on which angle to push on to, because nobody wants to get eliminated early on.
Yeah, obviously nobody wants to go out early on, because everyone wants to have the best shot possible to go out there and win this fight. But Rohan, in the meantime, will he push in? Is he going to commit to this? He's taking a lot of damage, surviving 34 points of health, but will use the inhaler. Unknown in the meantime, falling back, using the inhaler as well for himself. Will try to rotate away, but he will take a lot of damage. Zetri, in the meantime, has been taken down, has been knocked out. Can be revived. The pen, well, I'm sure will get taken down, will get confirmed over here. So one more player being eliminated from the server over here, Tanya.
Once again, a little bit of slower rotation, little bit of slower fights taken. Nobody is committing an entire team against any fight. They are making sure one by one we'll cross the line and we'll cross the borders of the Booyahs. So they are being very sure about peacefully winning the battle. Sure, there's no peace when the battle comes in, but sure, peace is inclusive when all 4 players are alive, and Lone Wolves are best examples here, because the not losing any players on the course of picking battles and grabbing 2 back-to-back booyahs is something that interests me. Snow, a highest resource loot zone, is still in the part of the circle, but look at Yujiro with 6 HP barely surviving. He went with that MA2B connections, but he missed those, and team support hopped in right on time. 4 frags, out of which 3 were coming in from 1 player. But look at Moonlight Esports. Well, This is going to be the very first frag for them, and they are within the circle, and they are not going to move an inch until and unless they are forced to.
Well, Salmons in the meantime is just going to wait it out. Lone Wolves, they've been creating some magic in the server. Last game, the game before that as well. I'm not quite sure how they're pulling this off, but whatever they've been doing has been insane. But look at Mamba though; he is on the bike. I'm assuming he's running around in circles around Lone Wolf. I'm not sure if he wants to get some information or is he going back to the team. I do believe he's going back to the team at this point. So he's going to regroup, and we might just see a fight between Lone Wolves and Nepstar Esports.
Lone Wolf, Nepstar Esports gradually closing in, and who's going to end up? Who's going to be taken down? Because Mamba definitely has a plan of running over an entire opponent. Will he get the opportunity, though? It's going to be a question. Red zone very nearby. Nobody is really red zone is threat to really nobody at this point of time. But the players trying to close in inch by inch, and Lone Wolves still going with the same play pattern, surviving until the final circle, and then bringing the weapons. Until then, procure as much of loot as possible, inclusive of healing kits, inclusive of throwables, inclusive of the glue walls, because we can expect an open circle as well. It is a little rather nice, favoring the flight path. Now, I was not expecting that happening, because usually flight path and circle are a little farther away. This time, it is exact same. And a lot of vehicles in the name of Moonlight Esports, so rotation should not be the cause of concern. This time they're not even holding a bit. They don't want to go for this hold and play zone fights. They want to survive.
They do want to survive, no doubt, but Juke in the meantime is going to be taking a couple of shots along with Lollipop, who's going to try and pick that fight with the guy on the bike, but he will not be able to connect any shots whatsoever. Lollipop falling back, but does not want to retreat. He still wants to strike back, but I do believe he doesn't know that the player has rotated out, will heal himself up. 8 minutes in, 11 teams and 44 players live. So again, quite chaotic the end game is going to be, but we'll have the next zone in about 30 seconds. The question is, where will the zone end up?
Where will the zone end up, and which teams are going to end up in the circle is going to be a question, because there are several teams outside the circle who still have to pave their way. And Team United, it is going to be Dule running in the open on bridge, and I don't believe anybody must be bridge blocking or bridge camping. He's going to go very safe and sound, but he is walking other way around. All the teammates are surviving. He's not on the way off the vending machine as well. I really don't understand this strategy, but we'll get to know until the final circle. And talking about circle, we do have a shrink, and one team almost in the center near Militia, one of the strongest drop points in the map of our team. And Moonlight Esports dodging one fight, sure, but cannot dodge the second one. They have been caught against the team Strangers.
True, but for now, all we can do is wait and be patient to see what these teams have in store for us. But Karan is going to get taken down. He will get knocked down. He will be eliminated. Yes, indeed, he will. Cockley will not hold back with those bullets raining down. But Superman will get revived, will get resurrected, as a matter of fact. And Cockley, look at him. He doesn't want to hold back at all, not one bit. Using the FAMAS to perfection, getting the kill onto Karan. And Zuki Esports once again getting an extra point guaranteed for themselves.
And you gotta get that guarantee that once you have delivered enough damage to knock a player out, and you are going to make sure that 1 point ends up into your bag, into your pockets. But Lone Wolves, once again, revealing themselves. Now, this is something that Lone Wolves haven't done by far. This is risky. And with this risk, getting a triple booyah on the line is going to be very difficult. Now making sure of attacking a bit and moving out of sight. I don't know. They are playing with a strategy which is working wonders, but the battalions of the court as well are moving in. But it is going to be Zuki Esports, a spot strong team all the way from Southern Island, which is Vantage, the tiniest island here. Now within the edge of the circle against them, it is not only going to be Strangers. Chandra Surya is also within the grounds, within the compounds of Militia. So it is a slower battle happening, and Strangers here trying to go gatekeep any team coming their way.
Well, I guess we'll find out. But Sankin, In the meantime, just waiting it out inside the compound. He's right at the edge of the zone. He could get taken down. So Joy Boy from Zuki Esports will not hold back. He wants to take that fight with the Chrono Shield. Saving his life. Drate, will he be able to run away? I don't think so. Joy Boy being super aggressive that his teammates come to back him up. Oh lord, and using the M1887. Sorry, M1887 to perfection.
This is nothing but the example of perfection. Zuki Esports dominating in the compound where other team is, gradually sneaking into it and taking player by player. Nepstar Esports going as passive as possible. Some airdrops called, natural airdrops as well. They are collecting they are trying to grab hands upon superior weaponaries, if at all they don't have. But Shripach here, are they going to turn into dead meat? And it was a card finally. Out of bite, we did witness a card rooming in against an opponent, and over here the battalions are going to survive strongly. 5 frags in the game, and up against Team Reunited, kill by kill, player by player. 3 players down on the knees. It is all up to Tope. Will he be able to chase out of the battle? Because where he's chasing, he has to face an entire team. Nepstar Esports, it is a lot of risk involved, but survival is the key to grab some extra points.
Oh, well, survival is key to grab some extra points, but Team Reunite will get eliminated. Chandrasuda Esports is still in the server. They're still alive and kicking, but can they survive long enough? That is going to be the question. For now, they want to take this fight along with Zuki Esports. But Karkley, in the meantime, he will be falling back. Sumit healing himself up. Joy Boy trying to cross the road, but he is all alone. He's trying to push in all alone. I'm not quite sure how good of an idea that is, but Pratham giving a reality check over there to the opposition, forcing him to deploy the glue wall, and Karkley needs to push in, but he's going to hate that glue wall. This is rather interesting, but look at that grenade being primed up. Oh, that was so close. That was so close.
That was so close, and they are still so close. Zone is closing in as well, and 2 players only against them. It's going to be a 3-man roster fighting against Zuki. It's one of the strongest teams without doubt as well. But now I don't think they are going to survive furthermore until and unless Joy Boy with Mini 14 is going to take away a lot of joy. And also earns the opportunity to gatekeep 3 players of Chandra Surya. And Sumit is also picking up some fights, and Joy Boy with 4 frags, Kakla with 4 frags, and no revival point nearby. Now they have to go passive as much as possible, because still we do have 9 teams. Now the day has been all about survival, rather eliminations.
True. But here's the thing. For now, what we need to focus on is the teams barely clinging on to life, because look at Kush. He's on top. He is on top. He has so much information to work with. Does have Groza as well. He could take all the fights in the world, and nobody would know when the bullets are coming in. But Lollipop is going to go push in with the Thompson. Will get taken down. Will pay the price to be that aggressive. That is so unfortunate. But the question is, how is Kush going to get down from there?
How will he chase away? How is he going to get down? Because the situation is getting a little out of hand, and the battalions here are trying to grab hands upon every opponent possible, and they're converting into a point. The battalions with 11 frags already. Unknown spotted, taken down, and it was unknown versus unknown. Nepstars unknown versus battalions unknown, but they both are going to survive for now. And freeze bombs used here, a little bit of damage delivered, but to no harm. A treatment gun is going to give a long range heal, and the strangers here are also decimated. 8 teams still surviving. 20. Well, as soon as I say 8, one more team getting eliminated. Now that was quick.
Well, that indeed was quick, but Mama from Nepsar Esports is going to be trying to push in, is going to be trying to push in, but the question is, does he have enough HP to go in? Because I do believe he needs to take a step back, heal himself up, and just wait it out. Played smartly, but in the meantime, Bantawa is going to get eliminated if I'm not mistaken, and Shripach will get taken out of the server. 16 players, and in an urban area, if you have such a small zone, how are you going to ever get out of this?
There's no way you can get out of it, but Superman is going to show his superpowers. He's going to make sure he survives, he wins some battles, and he's also going to dodge the hand cannon grenades, and he is going to move out of sight. That is something good. He is trying to grab those extra survival points. Sanura Gaming Esports with 2 frags, and now it is all about the podiums. Who finishes on 1, 2, and 3 with only 3 teams and all 12 players. So it is fight of equals. All 4 players from all 4 different teams. And who is going to go a little out of patience? It is Beck Mercy starting to chase the opponent. Chetri wants to run into opponents. No, he's reuniting with the opponents. So he's trying to go a little slow as well.
He's trying to go a little slow, but Serpa in the meantime with the arm will find the knock. And the Cosmic trying to push in. He does have the MP40 to work with. He could be super aggressive, but J3 in the meantime, I'm not quite sure what's the idea over there, but he is going to face against the play from Sanura Gaming Esports, but Cosmic will get taken on. Nepstar Esports not missing out on those shots. 3 teams and 10 players surviving. Back to Mercy with 3 players surviving as well. Will they push in? Will they showing aggression over here? Nepstar Esports waiting it out, but Chetri, look at him. I'm not quite sure what the idea is. He's taking so much damage, but Sanura Gaming Esports will get taken out over there. Nepstar Esports versus one more team, 7 players surviving and Unknown just tapping away. But the question is, can he stay alive? Can he get those kills? Nepstar Esports trying their best, but back for Mercy with a grenade. They're gonna find a knock for themselves, but Pikachu in the meantime just waiting it out. He needs to get behind cover. Remember, there's no one to slow down. He's gonna push it with the XM1014. Will get taken down. Nepstar Esports only surviving with 2 players over here.
2 players surviving, and now here comes the retaliation. 2 players down on either side, and now it is going to be Nepstars Unknown again trying to take down Sarpa. Will there be any room of opportunity? Both of these teams have to move in against them, and it is going to be Unknown trying to delay the revival, and he's going to successfully do that. And Beg for Mercy decimated, so we do have a new name and no triple for any other team, but Nepstars Esports Pikachu being the MVP, and they did a grand booyah. 11 frags was no easy core.
Oh, absolutely. 11 frags is no easy feat to work with, but Nepstar Esports finally getting what they deserve, what is rightfully theirs, because they played wonderfully. They had all the kills in the world to work with, and they walk away with a booyah. But the question is, who is going to be our MVP? We'll have a look, because I missed out on the name, I'll be honest, and we'll have a look at the stats. We'll have a look at the replays as well, but we're at the halfway mark, and all these teams are showing so much promise, Tanya.
They are playing very promising because now they know half day's done, half day's dusted. Now it is all about 4 matches remaining. They have to create the history within 4 matches. Sure, Lone Wolves did try to engage or maybe disengage from certain battles. They did it well in the map of Kalahari, in the map of Purgatory, but Alpine, they did try to change the strategies, and that is something they shouldn't have done by revealing themselves, by giving some random pot shots where they had no intention to even pick up a fight. And if you do that, you're always going to catch eyes not only of one team but multiple teams, and they were caught. Sure, they got eliminated very early on, but a new name on the screen of Booyah. So how do you feel about it? New map, new team, no reputations, and of course the team who took the first Booyah, Moonlight Esports, they also were shut down very early on.
I cannot see, the one thing I'll say is that the day is just getting started. It's getting really interesting because we still don't know which other teams that will qualify, and the table can still turn. The teams which are outside the top 6 still make it and kick the other teams out. So all I'm going to say is grab your popcorns, ladies and gentlemen, because this is going to get really quick and it's going to be very fun to watch.
Sure thing. It is going to be a lot of fun, lot of action. Without a doubt, it is going to be very, very entertaining. And I also am liking the way these teams have leveled up. Particularly one name that pops in my head, it is Lone Wolves. The way they have emerged into a new set of team. Sure, same players, sure, same names, but the way they have been performing is something that is catching my eyes. Talking about Zuki Esports, they successfully got a control over a compound, but did not last any longer. The players started to fall one by one.
The players started to fall one by one, no doubt about that, but Unknown in the meantime, all he could do was just wait it out. But Simon's, the grenade was so pivotal over there, right? Because he was so zoned out, he was so dialed in that he did not see the grenade coming, and there was nothing else he could have done over there.
There's nothing much that could have been done, but Netstar Esports taking one frag at a time, again getting a cover of a low wall. Zone was closing in. Unknown did realize that the threat was not only the opponent but also the zone, and he made sure of reducing the players as much as possible, and then also getting the final frag on his name, Pikachu. The player to watch out for in the start of the day is definitely spotted in spotlight here with the MVP title, 4 frags, 3 assists, 2 headshots, and almost 1800 points of damage. So certainly the kills and assists are getting connected very equally with the damage points that he has delivered.
Oh, absolutely, but Napstar Esports coming on top of this one would be really happy. A lot of damage dished out by Pikachu, and I'm sure he's going to be really happy about his performance as well, because being able to contribute to your team's success is a wonderful feeling, Tanya, and not a lot of players get to sort of experience this, but I'm glad for them. Napstar Esports with 22 points. We have TBS with 16 and Beck for Mercy with 16 regardless, but if you look at Lone Wolves, they only had 1 point. Now this is exactly what I was talking about. 2 games back-to-back Booyahs, and here they only secured a point.
That to kill point, no placement whatsoever, because they changed their strategy, and you don't have to mend something that is not broken, and they tried to fix something that was not broken. They were doing wonderfully well, but not being spotted until the final circle, and okay, they still do have 4 more matches to do, but do you think this performance, Nepstars were pushed down against Lone Wolves, and now this is the map where Nepstars are going to be again in a strong position of number 1. The battalions here though, they are going to be the kill leaders of the map of Alpine, with sure not being very strong in terms of placement points, but kill points is something that they have got a strong hold on position 2. Begged for Mercy picked up some crucial battles, and that is how they have 7 kills in their name. And sure, Suki Esports are going to grab the number 1 position again. And look at Lone Wolves. That 1 point costed not only the position 1, but also they are pushed down by 3 ranks.
Oh, they did get pushed down by 3 ranks, no doubt about that, but they still have a decent amount of points. Look, one bad game shouldn't define what is going to happen the rest of the day. But now I guess just wait it out, right? Don't be too scared. Just play your national game. Execute the plan that you've come in with, and I'm sure things are going to work out for you.
Sure thing. Gradually, the things are going to pan out exactly how you want to, and the recipe is survival until top 5 and get enough frags. Sure, you cannot go for the double-digit frags every single time, but 5-6 frags is doable after the players being resurrected over and over time. But today, the players are not being resurrected quite too often. What we are seeing is the players are surviving until 12 minutes. There's barely any team getting eliminated. 10 teams, barely any team getting eliminated. So today, there's a lot of change happening.
But well, we'll see. We'll see what happens overall, and
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Free Fire Nepal Championship. As we begin, after a short break, joining me here as my co-caster is going to be insane. And now, only 4 matches are left for the decision to be made. Who are going to the top 6 qualifying for the Grand Finals? Insane, over to you, my man.
Yes. First of all, thank you so much for the warm welcome. And man, oh man, Mridul, brother, see the 4 games, the bombastic performance that has come from the side of Lone Wolves. Man, I'm so surprised. That was so shocking. And I was astonished at the same time. And the performance so far has been so thrilling for us. In the league stages, they somewhat ended up at the 18th position, but they finally managed to come up somewhat on the top. In the past 4 games, they managed to secure 2 booyahs back to back, and not only us, but even our audience has been very surprised. So coming up with the 5th game of the day of the play-ins is going to be Bermuda. The 6th game is going to be Kalahari again. Then comes the Purgatory for the 7th game, and then we'll have Alpine for the first time in the history of Free Fire circuit in Free Fire Nepal Championship. And if we have a look at the total standings, Zuki Esports with 53 points. That is quite a surprise. They've not secured a single booyah in the past 4 games yet. Kill points is what they've been looking for.
Indeed, and when you talk about Lone Wolves, they were at their lowest in the league stages. But again, a comeback is always what we need. When you know this is one of the chances that you get to qualify straight to the Grand Finals, then again, today is the day you perform. Today is the day when the points were zeroed and you began from the start. Again, Zuki Esports performing consistently, getting a lot of kills. They know what the meta is. They know that the aggression comes into the play at the best of the best moments. Again, Nifsar Esports is at the 5th position with 45 points. Right now, equal to Lone Wolves, but Lone Wolves, even after getting 2 booyahs, the last game didn't go quite well for them. And as far as Moonlight Esports is concerned, only 1 game went bad for them, so they have to come back with their performance. They have to perform consistently, because as we have consistently discussed and constantly focused, that any team getting even 1 game bad or getting 0 points from that game, your chances become really low to be in the top 6. And when it's about the Bermuda map, most of the teams, they know their rotations, they know how they perform in that map. And again, all the teams are quite perfect with the map of Bermuda. Only 3 seconds left as we dive into the map of Bermuda. And let's see who is going to win this map and who is going to be on the top of the chart as we finish the map number 5.
Yes, of course. We are yet to see who's going to finish at the top, but at this point of time, the stakes are too high. You cannot manage to even make a mistake. You cannot afford a single mistake. And at any game, if you, by unfortunate series of events, manage to secure a very few points, trust me, it's somewhat over for you. And we can at least have a hazy picture about all the teams that are about to qualify. But nevertheless, we still have 4 more games to go. Bermuda to kick off the 5th game of the day. We've got a couple of teams going towards the Clock Tower area. We can see a couple of teams going towards the Sentosa area as well. And I think I was expecting a drop clash from there. But I'm not. Yes, there's going to be a drop clash. It is going to take some time. But yes, the drop clash is going to be there definitely. Chandra Surya Esports, I would like to talk about this team. They've not been playing pretty well. But 4 games down the line, 4 games more to go. Expecting a great comeback from the team, but see, miracles don't happen that easily. And looking at the team, Shripach right now, they're on top of B4M, and B4M, when we talk about the team B4M, they do not have so many kills, yet somehow they managed to get their way towards the final 3, and there you go, first frag on the chart from the team Shripach. On top of B4M. Beg for mercy, somehow they managed to go towards the 2nd spot at least. They've not got the booyah so far, but they're looking confident. Even though they do not get so many kills, yet survival point they're securing, and towards the end, all what matters is the number of points you get in order to get to the top 6 spot. And then comes the finals, and there is going to be the real battle.
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about players like Tamang and Kush, who are one of the best 2 assaulters of the Nepal region, Again, these are the players that you look out for. These are the players who provide you the support, provide you the perfect entry, and then provide you the perfect kills that you need when you go towards the end of the zone. Again, Shripach somehow is lacking that momentum to be in the end circles. They're getting those initial kills. The kill numbers are good, but if you look over to the points that they're getting from the mismanagement, it goes pretty bad for them. Again, the initial fights is what we look out for from Shripach. They're good at it, and they're getting fragged back to back on Beg for Mercy. Beg for Mercy, again, what their name suggests. Right now, they're not making any team beg for mercy, but again, they're begging for mercy at this moment. Moonlight Esports, initial fight coming in for them against Chandra Surya. Chandra Surya, a pretty bad start. Again, 4 games went really bad for them. Might be a chance that they can make a comeback, but that's pretty far that we look out for. Again, Moonlight Esports, they are in the top 5. They just have to be consistent, perform their game. But where is Chandra Surya going? Losing out on one team, and now they're near about the area of strangers.
Yes, as of yet, Moonlight Esports was trying to push forward. They want to seal the deal with the team Chandra Surya. They've had a good start. Talking about Moonlight Esports, this team works on a momentum. You know, it takes a bit of time to get that momentum, but today, if we talk about this team, from the very beginning, they've been looking confident. They've already had this sort of a momentum, and now it's all about the forward gears that they're putting into the game. All the kills they're trying to steal somewhere down the line, left, right, and center. But here we go. Team reunited over here. We can see this team. They're trying to take shots at the team, but right now, they're looking confident. Right now, they still have all the 4 players intact. And talking about the map, there's been a little bit of shift in the circle. It's gonna go towards the southeastern side. And if Ridul, there's a question. If in case the end circle gets to the 50% of the end circle goes to the waters, and if it's gonna be a water and land circle, it's gonna be an interesting battle towards the end.
Somehow I feel really good for Team Reunited. But then if we talk about the end circle having around 50% of the water area, that is what I'm not looking up to right now. Because if we talk about the battalions and Nepstar Esports, talking about the previous game, that was a map of Alpine, wherein the battalions also had 10 kills, but they got eliminated at the 7th or the 8th position. Nepstar Esports having the same amount of kills, they knew how to go by the zone. They knew how exactly the strategies had to be landed right for them, and then they had the booyah for them on their side. Again, now they're in the close vicinity, and that's an initial fight you talk about. Whereas Rohan has already picked up a frag for him, and he's so close to unknown that a second frag is what we are seeing right now.
Yes, Zuki Esports, this team hasn't secured a single booyah yet, but they've been playing pretty confidently. And yes, they are currently, we cannot disregard the fact that they're currently on the top with 3 man intact. This team is planning to push forward. And see, there you go. Pratham comes back in the game. Naruto is trying to take shots, and there he goes. He's trying to take the kill. Chandra Surya this time. But I think Chandra Surya was on a bit of a back foot stance, because they did not really want to get eliminated at an early stage. They were like, the very moment Nepstar came onto them, they were like, wait, hold up, we don't really want to get eliminated this early. Let the other teams fight. We'll try and secure some more kills. But Zuki Esports is not gonna let them go that easily. He goes there, takes the kill, and the other player, he tried to escape. Will he be able to go and go out of their sight? I think they've managed to, but here we go. Team Battalions versus Nepstar. Nepstar has been playing pretty confident, but on the other hand, we've got the Mountain, the Battalion. Let's see, this fight is going to take a while, and the results are going to be astonishing for us.
A 10-on-10 fight is what I'm going to say at this moment, because this is a fight on Sentosa Island where you have the zone for your side.
Oh, no.
Fight initially, that's a backlash. Bantawa, somehow he got that 1v1 connected, but there was a cover fire provided from unknown, and that's how Mamba got knocked out. Yujiro again pushing in with Rohan. Pikachu is like in a bad situation at this moment. Unknown gets knocked in the moment, and now in the open, Pikachu wants to confirm that kill. There goes the grenade, and Pikachu confirms the kill of Unknown. Rohan goes in.
Oh
and
my
Rohan
God.
gets that knock on Pikachu. The swag second, the Max 7 comes into the play, and that's how Pikachu gets confirmed. 3 kills for the battalion, and now only one player is surviving from Navestar Esports. Again, the battalions know that they have the revival present for them. Team Pirates just want to hold their position, but somehow they have Team Reunited and Lone Wolves. The Lone Wolves, who have got 2 booyahs in the 4 games that we have witnessed up until now. Will they be trying again on the map of Bermuda, where somehow they got those booyahs on the map of
Yes.
Kalahari and Purgatory? The maps they are lacking on are Bermuda and Alpine. If they get a booyah in this map, Lone Wolves for sure are in the top 6.
Yes, of course. After the third game, after the end of the third game, they were at the top. But towards the end of the fourth game, they got a little bit of slip. We could see they came to the 4th position. But again, see, they've already established the point that they are in it to win it. This is the battle of the finals. They want to go to the finals and they want to dominate in the finals. So they're definitely going to come up with a sort of a strategy in order to get the booyah, get the kills, and get all the things done that they have strategized. But talking about battalions versus Nepstar, 2 men have destroyed the team Nepstars, but I don't think this is going to be the end of the road, or rather this part of the game. And here we go, Shripach right now engaging against Moonlight Esports. Moonlight Esports have got the advantage of the height. Let's see whether they're going to capitalize the advantage or not. But Lollipop in the meantime takes the knock. This is going to be a tough call because Zook is the next guy who is down. Lollipop has been confirmed. Shripach, Tamang and Kochit has all come down on the shoulders of 2 guys. Tamang is the last man standing, and I think there's no other way than falling back. But will he be able to actually fall back? He is not gonna make a move. He does not want to give away his position, but this is gonna be a tricky call because this time Moonlight Esports is gonna go and seal the deal. They are going to finish the fight that they have started, looking confident from the very first game. A little bit of shaky start, but here we have Moonlight Esports again picking up the battle, again picking up the pace against the team, while we have strangers fighting on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about the map of Bermuda, right, they had a booyah in the first map, right? So Moonlight Esports, this is their strong map where they need to perform. Again, Chandra Surya reviving all of their teammates. They're back with the 4-man power. And when you have all the 4 players remaining in the end circle, no, then the man advantage always comes into play. So Bhash has spotted Tamang, and with that, Shripach takes an elimination. That was the last player surviving for Shripach, and now they have been eliminated from the map number 5. Again, Moonlight Esports, the man himself, Sasidon, is the match player, is the game maker for the team. But Subhaj taking down the frags, taking those DMRs into the action. Strangers have also spotted some of the players, as now they are fighting against Zuki Esports. Zuki Esports already made a move to go inside the zone, and the battalions are now punishing Zuki Esports indeed. Whereas Chandra Surya are now dealing a lot of damage on the street.
See, talking about Chandra Surya, it's all about the opportunity that you have in front, and the chances you take, the risks you make, and eventually you have to get the benefit of the third party, because it's all part and parcel of the game. When it comes to 2 teams fighting, that too, this sort of a circle, the size of the circle, look at that. If you are towards the center, you try to take shots at any teams, you somewhat establish the fact that you're trying to invite all the other teams to have a fight with you.
Correct.
Hey, I'm in the center, I'm taking shots at other teams, now you're free to take shots at me as well, and that's what we've been witnessing. And now we can see my prediction somewhat going towards the final area. We can see water in the circle, we can see land as well. Team Dipen, Chetri, Jangi, Team Pirates looking confident. They've got 3 kills so far. Let's see. This team, I would like to talk about this team. This team is a tough team. We haven't seen so much from this side, because all the other teams have been putting up a lot of good fight. But I think this could be the game for this could be the game changer. 5th game into the day. We still have 3 games. If they make a comeback in this game, they are still in the game. They are still in the battle for the finals, I think.
Well, yes, exactly. And when you have 9 teams surviving in this small circle, again, it's going to be full of aggression. Emily Superman goes for the Superman jump, and there he gets that knock. but again gets traded out. Sasidon gets a pick on Aryan, whereas Sanura Gaming Esports are now on the verge of elimination. They're very low. Again, Sasidon confirming his kill. Superman getting a triple kill. Strangers now in a fight with Zuki Esports. Zuki Esports, Stranger, oh my god. Sanura Gaming Esports have now been wiped out, and with that, within a matter of seconds, we are now done with only 7 teams. Another team gets eliminated. Stranger will wipe out Zuki Esports. The MP Jang with the AWM shot gets a knock on Lone Wolves. Team Pirates, this is the map where they really need to come back with and be in the top 6 again. They have been performing consistently. They have been somewhat in the top, they have been there somewhat in the top 7. But again, kills is what they need. Kills will make the mark more good for them. Kills will also make sure that they come down to the top 6. Yujiro with the AWM shot gets a knock on Sanken, and with the second shot he confirms that kill. Lone Wolves again, same strategy, same work, again insane. 2 kills, it's been 13 minutes, 7 teams are surviving, and still they have that man advantage. Oh no, the curse coming into the play. They have lost one of their key players, but the zone is open. Any player who shots a fire, who gets that fire out of his bullet, he will make his position vulnerable.
Yes, of course. See, talking about Team Pirates, we haven't seen so much of them, but in this game, they are looking very confident. They generally look forward to a late game. They come in, they let the others come in, and then boom, they go all in, and that's what we've been witnessing. In the meantime, the Pain takes the knock. Is it going to be a bad situation? It definitely is, because the players have been pushing. We have Lone Wolves, the defending champs who have been performing so good, exceptionally well in the past 4 games. They are now on to Team Pirate. They want them to get eliminated because it's going to be a tough battle. It's a 1v2 situation. Neon is right in front. Team Pirates, Heinzo is going to go again, but this time using the ability, takes the bike and wants to go for a cover, but unfortunately I don't really think that a cover is going to be found by him, because the zone, look at the circle, a little bit of water size as well, but I think the next circle is entirely beyond land, and there is a lot of ruckus that is happening right now. Moonlight Esports looking confident, 4 players still intact, 13 kills in hand. This team has come to seal the deal. At this point of time, you know, we have pretty much understood that FFNC is the event where every single one of these teams would want to play as passive as possible, but right now Moonlight Esports does not want to go passive. This team does not want to go passive. This team wants to secure so many kills. This team wants to build kill points as much as they can. This is what they've been doing.
Yeah, exactly. And when it's about their strongest map, 13 freaking kills, and Moonlight Esports once again, the same map it is, Bermuda. You know, the Nepal region, always working out for survival, always working out for kills. They make a good balance, but now it's about the aggression that Moonlight Esports has shown. It is their map, and now they're going to perform brilliantly on that. Again, getting a kill confirmed. 1 single player surviving from both the teams, Team Pirates and Team Reunited, whereas Raza is swimming right now. Half HP remaining for him. They are on the verge of elimination, whereas the zone is also not supporting them. It's an easy boy for them. Will they provide the kill to Moonlight Esports or get the kill to the zone? Jange has already made a decision. He's healing himself. Jange gets confirmed. Raza somehow is outside the zone. He will also provide his kill to the zone. And with that, a 14 kill booyah coming up for Moonlight Esports. What an amazing performance, and a good performance coming in for the side of Team Pirates too. Whereas they were surviving with only 2 players. 8 teams were still left, but then they just holded their position till the very end, and that's how the position worked out for them.
Actually, magnificent performance by the team Moonlight Esports. The way they've been playing, the way they came into the game from the very start. In the first game, they managed to secure a quick booyah. That was a great game, because once you start with the game, the very first game, you manage to secure a booyah, you get a bit of a boost in the confidence. And of course, see, it's only going to be one day. Today, you've got 6 matches. If you crack the code, if you get all the points out there, you're going to go to the finals. And from there, your journey to the finals will start. you can have the bragging rights, but for that, in order to have the bragging rights, you'll have to qualify for the finals. In order to qualify for the finals, you'll have to go through with the play-ins. You have to beat the teams all around the corner. And Moonlight Esports have been doing that pretty well. I mean, unbelievable. That was so hypnotic to watch. Good kills. I believe somewhere down the line they managed to secure 15 kills, if I'm not wrong, 15 or 16. I don't want to, approximately 14. Okay, that was quite close. 14 kills. It's a good number. With Booyah, you get 12 points with 14 points as well. So I think with the 5th game that has happened just now, I think some teams, there's a bit of a hazy situation. There's a bit of hazy names about the overall standings. What do you want to say about that, Mridul?
Well, you know, looking right now over the situation, Lone Wolves, once again, as we saw, Insane, they had less kills in the end circle, but again, they survived. Somehow, changing their strategy has worked out good for them. They're playing passively. They know. Whereas in planes, the position won't matter. The momentum would matter for sure. And again, when they're being consistent, getting the top 5, getting staying in the top 3 too. Lone Wolves have been consistently there in the end circle. When you talk about Moonlight Esports, Superman becomes the MVP for the team. 4 kills for him, 3 assists, 8 freaking headshots, whereas a total damage of 1,842 for this guy. Emily Superman once again showing how beautifully and how wonderfully this guy performs. And with those 4 kills, he helped the team to get to 14 kills from a single game. Again, the battalions performing amazingly, getting 12 kills from this game. Even after they were eliminated at the 4th position, they are right now in the game standing at the 2nd position. Team Pirates with 16 points at the 3rd. Team Reunited, they had the zone, they had the perfect position, but then again, they were at the center of attention. And as Insane also stated, you're in the center of the circle. So somehow you bring the center of attention too. And with that, they are at the 4th position right now, even after they got the 2nd position in the elimination. 5th position for Lone Wolves in 9 points from this game. So somehow, even if that's not a good game for Lone Wolves, they have secured 2 Booyahs, and consistently they have been getting 8 to 10 points from each and every game.
Yes, I can see quite a bit of a disappointment from the side of Zuki Esports. The way they've been playing so far, this game was not their game. But it's okay. They've still managed to be in the 2nd spot after the 5th game. We still have 3 more games to go, but they cannot take other games easily. You know, all the other team, they're in it to win it. They are gonna give them a tough fight, and somewhere down the line, every single team must have been calculating all the points, and towards the end, you never know. We might come up with a game where we can see the bottom teams targeting Moonlight Esports, Zuki Esports, and Lone Wolves as well. You never know.
Yeah.
Because it's all part of the game. See, it's all part of the strategy. When you are down to 5 matches and you only have like 3 matches left, 4 matches we are done with, 3 matches still more to go. Somewhere down the line, you have to come up with a new strat, because what it means is when you are in the bottom 4, what it actually means that the strategies that you came up with are not working, and you have to come up with new strategies. And when you are this late in the game, you have to go in, target the top teams, and maybe try to take them down, bring some kills out. And look at the teams right now. Look at the players. And talking about these players right now, I think Mridul, prior to the 5th game, we saw Shripach. We saw the player from the team Shripach. He was using powder on his mobile screen. That was a sight to watch actually. This reminded me of my early days. I used to play the esports as well. Not esports, I would say, but yes, game. I did used to play. And back in the day, I used to struggle with the grip and the smoothness of my phone screen. So, it kind of reminded me of my early days. But nevertheless, it's very good to see these guys who have made it all the, they've managed to come up to this level of the game. And talking about the level, we are in it with the 5th match of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, 6th match.
Yeah, right. It's the week 3, day number 7, game number 6 right now, live in front of our screens. Whereas it is about the planes. Again, Moonlight Esports and Lone Wolves have been performing consistently. Zuki Esports, that was not a good match for them. Now they have to win one Booyah. This is the game where if they get a Booyah right, it's going to be wonderful for them because they're already in the top 3. Moonlight Esports and somehow even Lone Wolves have confirmed their spot in the top 6. Talking about right now the 8th and the 9th position, Insane, that is Shripach and Strangers. One single map, whereas if you talk about the top 3, they have to be eliminated in the bottom 3. And then they have a chance to be in the top 6. Again, beg for mercy, anything can happen because we have 4 teams right now standing near about the 50-pointer mark. And Chandra Surya already engaging against Snapestar Esports. That's bad for Chandra Surya. Not actually bad for Chandra Surya, but bad for Snapestar Esports because right now they're at the 4th position and one single mistake will land pretty bad for them. They have to be there in the top 5. No, Crystal with the UMP damage gets a kill confirmed, and that's how they've got 2 frags on Snapestar Esports. Team Pirates present on the maze. That's a 3-way frontal battle going on, whereas Team Pirates now are exiting this position. Jange already has been confirmed, and Shripach and Strangers having a fight amongst themselves. That is a cherry on the cake. OMG, what are we looking on to?
Mritul, my friend, see the way these teams are playing and the way we are witnessing right now, we can clearly understand that it's a high pressure scenario. And make no mistakes, generally circle 4 and 5 are generally prove themselves to be the key ones. But the way the fight came in the very first circle, the very moment Nepstar went into the game, it was a bad luck for Nepstar, and they're gonna fall back. There's only one guy left from the team. I'm not really sure whether he'll be able to make it, but there you go. Team Reunite taking shots at Lone Wolves. I think the other guy, Lone Wolves, is he still in the game? I'm not really sure. I believe there must be a bit of a technical issue. I'm not really sure, but I can see around the horizon, across the horizon, I can see Lone Wolves Neon as well. But Team Reunited starting out with 1 kill. This is a good call. This is a good game. This is a good sign for them. They have to build in the momentum. They have to build in the confidence, and they have to keep the momentum going because that's gonna be the game changer for them.
Yeah, exactly. And when Strangers, they have got the grounds of Refinery, right? And you have to defend it because this is one of those grounds where you get the zone up until the very 3rd or 4th circle. But again, Shripach, even if they are on the lower grounds, they don't have those placements for them. They don't have the platforms for them. Still, they're getting those frags on Strangers, getting those kills back to back. 1 frag, the 2nd frag, and now if they enter the grounds of Refinery before Team Pirates, Shripach, for sure, this is going to be their map. Talking about the circle, it is somehow right now moving towards the eastern side. Zuki Esports look really good with their position. But again, talking about Sanura Gaming Esports and Zuki Esports, if a fight starts between them before even each and every team has entered the circle. Right now, it's only Chandra Surya who are outside the circle. But Team Pirates, again, defending their position. And that's how both the teams decided at the similar moment, at the same time that they're going to enter the grounds of Refinery. Team Pirates has made the first move and Z3 has already confirmed his kill. 2 players remaining inside the glue wall. Can Tamang do it? Okay, he starts the battle, but Heinzo just waited for the glue wall to end, and with the M1887 blows out the team on the head.
Yes, of course. See, you can't always win and play by the book. By the textbook strategy, you cannot at this, and especially at this level of game, you can totally not go with the textbook strats. You have to come in the game, mix things a bit, and then come up with new sort of a strats. You have to improvise. You have to see all the other teams, look out for all the other teams, and looking out for the other teams. Back for Mercy is actually right now bagging some kills right there. 4 kills they have in their pocket, and I think that's the first elimination of the game. Yes, of course, that was actually the first elimination, with Chetri with 2 kills in the pocket, Abiral with no kill. But this team so far 4 kills. And talking about the teams and the situation, Nepstar Esports, it's a bad situation for them. In the early point, they went in and the teams, they totally got onto them because Nepstar is holding, currently one of the, among the top 5 Nepstar is in. They would definitely like to get the benefits from the team Nepstar away, because if Nepstar keeps on building, the gap is gonna rise and it's gonna be a little tougher and tougher by the game ends. It's gonna be a tougher thing for them to even ladder up in the situation of overall points, and top 6 are only gonna go for the finals.
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about the difference that Moonlight Esports has maintained from Zuki Esports, no, that's a good situation for them. They have 18 points as a buffer, and even if the match goes wrong for them, they still have a lot of chances. Whereas this is one of the match deciding that what difference which will each and every team make. The team who is getting a booyah in this match, for sure they're climbing up the ladder, and then they are going to make that difference from the other teams. But if you look forward from the 2nd position till the 7th position, we only have like 2 or 3 points as difference. And whereas talk about Team Pirates, Duke with a headshot gets a knock on Heinzo. So they are still in the match, still up with the fights, and Shri Perch still survives.
Yes, of course. And talking about Team Pirates, they generally, they are taking a far distance shot. They're trying to take some kills. But there's one thing with them. They generally like to play in close quarters. But right now, they are trying to secure kills from every distant corner. And right now, Kush was trying to approach. That was a bit of a cat and mouse chase. But unfortunately, Kush got the crossfire and he got dead over there. When at a situation like this, no matter what, you cannot lose. You cannot lose because he was actually chasing. Should have gone in, should have taken the player down. But if you make such a mistake, I'm really sorry, my friend. It's going to be a tough battle for your team. It's going to be a tough battle for you. And there you go. One more guy takes the knock. It is Shripach Lollipop. And things are not looking very good for Shripach right now.
Sumit with the perfect aim gets a knock. Somehow the player was like lowered down by Crystal, but Sumit got the last of the frags on the head, and that's how he got the kill confirmed. Nevertheless, that's the kill for the team, that's the frag for the team, whereas they're right now looking for the best position. The battalions are still holding their position at Santa Catrina, and they already know that they have one of the best positions inside the next circle. Look at the circle forming in between Santa Catrina, Bayfront, Refinery and Command Post. A perfect circle covering all the 4 drops. And whereas if you land in the center, then again you're going to become the center of attention. And that's how Team Reunites know that a strategy which did not work out for them on the map of Bermuda. So good for them that they're now going for late rotations. But again, if too late, then also it's a bad situation.
Speaking of bad situation, look at the situation Nepstar Simons is in right now. He's in the extremely southern part of the map, extremely southern side of the circle, does not want to go inside the circle. Somewhere down the line, he wants to go into the resurrection point. I'm not really sure whether he's got all the tokens to bring his team back or not, but he's definitely going to bring one player or the other back into the game, and then he would like to go into the fight. But since you were talking about the bad situation and everything, I mentioned Simons, and right now Team Pirates, this team is looking confident with 6 kills so far. Dipin, Chetri, Jangi and Heinzo. A player tried to approach Heinzo. Heinzo had a better chance at it, but unfortunately Heinzo took the knock and got eliminated right there. Chetri in the meantime wants to fight back, wants to kill, and he has beautifully done it. He has actually beautifully done it. That was a piece of cake. It was smooth as butter. The way he simply dropped himself into the fight, he took the revenge kill beautifully, my friend. Beautifully, Bradul.
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about Heinzo, perfectly used out as a bait, what I analyzed from that fight, because Heinzo went down and just behind him was Zetri. Now, already one player was already present at the revival position. So as soon as he got knocked out and got confirmed, he was revived. And then came the chance for Heinzo, Zetri to go down and straight forward with the M1014. 2 shots and the guy was down. So that was a perfect fight, and that's how the teamwork comes into play. Santa Catrina was in zone. Now the battalions need to work out and go for the next circle. Whereas now they also need to engage against Team Reunite. They are just behind them. Somehow, if they move to the circle first, they have the advantage of getting the circle first. So just guard the circle and wait for the perfect timing. 11 teams are still surviving. Mind you, this is the importance of the match number 6 in planes, whereas you have 8 matches, not 6 matches.
Yes. See, you're talking about Heinzo being the bait. Yes. Since you were talking about Heinzo being the bait over there, it does not matter. You can be a bait, you can be a baiter, but towards the end, all what matters is you have to be the points creator. And I think you should appreciate the wordplay that I did there. Talking about appreciation, the battalions are going right on top of P4M. Beg for Mercy is actually right now not begging for mercy. They want to fight back. They want to take down the battalions. I am not sure who's going to win this battle, but this is going to be an interesting one. It's a close quarter combat. Let's see. Beg for Mercy Chetri versus Rohan. Far distant corner. They have taken down Rohan. They are trying to take shots at Unknown as well. Unknown slowly, he's trying to take the benefit of the shield, but I'm not really sure how far along he can go with the shield. And no. Denied. Unknown gets taken down. Cosmic is the one who gets taken down this time. But yes, at the same time, B4M tried to come back and revive Cosmic, but that was not possible. There you go. Team Battalions. Yujiro is trying to fall back. And I think that's the most intelligent thing that can be done right now. Yujiro has already fallen back. Shripach is coming from the back. His back is against the wall. His back is actually against the wall. He would be definitely trying to take some kills, but there you go. See, look at this team. Look at this team. Beg for mercy. Beg for mercy. See, the other teams are actually begging for mercy. Right now, if we talk about Yujiro, he's actually begging for mercy because he's been caught off guard. He is being cornered up, and there you go. The battalions gets eliminated in the 10th position. The credit goes to Beg for Mercy.
Yes, exactly. And somehow appreciating your wordplay 3 times for Beg for Mercy.
Yes.
1 time is for Back for Mercy, then it's Beg for Mercy, and the name itself Beg for Mercy. Again, somehow they are working as the Big 4. They have been bagging 4 to 4 kills back to back, and now they are just like looking forward for each and every team to beg for mercy from their side. Look at
oh my God!
From the lower side, up, whereas MLE is on the lower ground. They know they don't have the zone, but again, the kills will work out for them. The kills will make the mark for them, and they just have to be in the top 5. They already got a booyah on the map of Bermuda, and working out for the kills, they can make them mark perfectly. But Team Pirates, here they come with the Groza, perfect long-range weapon for the sprays, and Sarsidon goes out. But no, Sudhir is not going to stop. Another grenade, and Karan gets knocked out. He confirms his kill. There comes another grenade, and he is going to get another kill confirmed. Sudhir, the man with the grenades, back to back getting 2 kills in this game. On the 7th position, Team Reunite gets confirmed. Pratham gets that AWM shot connected, and now we have 16 surviving with 16 players. Another zone is closing in. The play zone has made the warning again for these 6 teams. Move into the next circle, or I myself as a team is going to eliminate you as soon as possible. Zuki Esports in this next circle. Is this a booyah for them? That's the big question at this moment.
Yes, that's the biggest question at this point of time, because Team Pirates are looking very confident the way they've been playing. That's a bombastic performance down there. You know, from the way downtown, bang, grenades are being popped up, kills are being secured, and Zuki Sports with 10 kills. I cannot believe Chandrasurya in the meantime gets eliminated at the 5th spot. But there's a bit of an issue with the Zuki Esports right now, because they are far away from the circle. They have to come inside the circle, and Team Pirates, clearly it's a situation posting and toasting, and they're trying to roast the other team, Zuki Esports. They're trying to take shots from the highest point they can get, but there is a team that is sitting even on the higher level than them. But see, the way they've been playing, the confidence, the synergy that they've been placing us into, that's phenomenal. And slowly building in. We still have 4 teams, only 10 players. Zuki Esports, I'm not really sure if they will actually be able to tackle and come out of this situation. But Team Pirates, see, high ground and low ground, they've got it all covered. They want to go in all-round development, all sorts of things, skills on point, position points on point. Let's see. It's a tough battle for Zuki. My fingers are crossed. Zuki Esports, how are you gonna come out of this?
And look at Team Pirates. They've already placed 2 players down the line, so somehow they know how to work out with the strategy. And again, the players are jumping back to back. But no, Z3. That's the baddest situation that a player could get. Goes down, but a player comes down in the open, in the air. He gets that frag on Z3.
Oh my God!
Also gets to knock on Pratham. Team Pirates from each and every side has got a cover on Zuki Esports. There goes a grenade. That grenade gets the damage on Pratham, gets the damage on Naruto. 16 frags for Team Pirates. A 2v2 fight. Stranger gets eliminated. Karkli gets that grenade perfectly on the last player surviving from Strangers. Now it's a 3v2 where Strangers against Zuki Esports. A 3v2 fight. Can Zuki Esports win it? Oh no! Also gets a frag on Pratham. A 2v2 fight now. Jangi gets knocked out by the zone. 1v1.
Oh my God!
And that's a win for Zuki. 14 kills in this map. And a booyah that they needed on the map of Kalahari. They have got it. They have done it right. 14 kills. Zuki Esports. Booyah, booyah, booyah.
Zuki Esports, finally they've broken the barrier that was being put in front of them. Their back was against the wall, yet they came in stronger. They utilized all the utility. They, kept on using their glue walls. They were getting shots from the top. There was Jangi sitting on top of them. He was keeping on constantly. He was giving them shots. Grenades were being popped in. But towards the end, Zuki Esports for the win in the 6th game of the day. Finally, the barrier has been crossed, and I think it's a good thing. But talking about if we're talking about the booyah that has been secured by Zuki Esports, we have to talk about Team Pirates as well. The way they've been playing, yeah. I think they've managed to secure, I think if not somewhere 18 or 19 kills. 16 kills, yes, 16 kills, along with the good number of position points. They are still in the game. All the other teams talk about Nepstar. They have to be, they have to look out for Team Pirates. We can talk about Lone Wolves as well. We didn't see so much of Lone Wolves in this particular game. We still have 2 more games to go. All these teams, they all have to look out for Team Pirates, because this game, again, they managed to come up to the 2nd position. In the last few games as well, they keep on coming to the top 5 position. But the way from the 4th or 5th position to the booyah, they have not managed to secure that. But I think somewhere down the line, we still have 2 more games to go, and we might see a cracking booyah from their side. What do you say?
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about Zuki Esports, Lone Wolves, right now, what we need from their side is an aggressive game. They know that they're in the top 6. Now pick up some kills and get to that #1 spot. Whereas Zuki Esports, a booyah that they wanted, for sure, they have got that booyah in this single match. Okay, not 16, but actually they got 17 kills. 1 kill was confirmed from them. Zuki Esports Pratham becomes the MVP for this game. 6 kills and a total damage of 2097. Perfectly not an assaulter, but what I can say, a perfect supporter in this game. Whereas the role for Pratham is a sniper, but a sniper getting the most valuable player position. OMG, he was the perfect situation, and he was the perfect playmaker, the game maker for Zuki Esports.
Yes, talking about Pratham, I think out of all the 6 kills that he has secured, there was one particular kill that was the most important, and that was of Jangi, because Jangi was sitting on top of them. He should have been caught off guard, but unfortunately, these guys who are down in the ridge. But Pratham did manage to secure him down, and there we go. From there, Zuki Esports finally managed to get their very first booyah late in the game. But nevertheless, we still have 2 more games. Talking about the standings, we can see Moonlight Esports with the 91 points. Zuki Esports still standing in among top 4, 85 points, 46 kills. And then we have Team Pirates, 78 points, 46 kill points. See, Mridul, a few moments back, I was about to mention this thing, that Zuki Esports from the beginning, they were, topping up the chart when it comes to kill points. But now, after this match, Zuki and TMP, Team Pirates, they are neck to neck 46 kill points. That's a huge number. It's a huge number. And since all the, in the initial 3 to 4 games, Zuki Esports was leading, but now they've all, trying to sort things out, and we still have 2 more games to go. We still have the better picture, the best picture to get painted. But before moving on to the last 2 games of the day, last 2 games of the play-ins, we'll take a short break. So guys, don't go anywhere. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe the stream, and be ready with your popcorns.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a short break, and you are watching Free Fire Nepal Championship. 6 games done up until now, done and dusted, as I always say. And now it's about the last 2 games. It's about the decision that is yet to be made. Who are going to be the bottom 6 or the top 6 today, qualifying straight for the Free Fire Nepal Championship Grand Finals. And that's how we saw amazing performance coming in from the side of Moonlight Esports. They've got 2 booyahs. One question that we have, will they be able to get 3 booyahs in a single day? Again, they have been performing amazingly on the map of Bermuda. Both booyahs that they have is on the map of Bermuda. Talk about the top 5 kill leaders for today. Kakli, Superman, and even Jange, 15, 15 and 14 kills. We talked about Jange. If Jange wasn't picked up, then again, Zuki Esports wouldn't have got that booyah. And B4M somehow, I was going to talk about that situation too. B4M in the end on the map of Kalahari, they jumped down and helped Team Zuki Esports by eliminating Z3. So Team Pirates lost 2 of their important teammates to the other teams. And that's how Zuki Esports had that man advantage. Man advantage always works in the last zone. Well, Kalahari map is done now. Talking about the overall point standing, Moonlight Esports is leading. But again, anything can happen. The top 5, there are going to be a lot of shuffles in the game number 7. And in this game, the top 3 teams who will maintain the difference by getting the top 3 on this map, again, they will be confirming their spot. But the 4th, 5th and 6th position will still remain in question, because up until now, till the 9th position, anything can happen in the last game.
Yeah, so well said, Mridul. Because considering all the points and the way these players have been playing the game, I think there can be a huge difference on in what we are actually witnessing right now and post this game and post the very last game of the day, because the shufflings are going to be done. The teams which are currently 6 to 9 position, they're trying to jump. They will try to jump in on top. They'll try to come up at the top 6 position. They'll definitely give in their maximum best. But talking about the 7th game, that is going to be purgatory of this day. We can see Strangers going towards Lumber Mill. Is it? Yes, they are actually going towards Lumber Mill. But we can see a bit of rumble between the team. Yes, Nepstars and Team Reunited. Both the teams are actually in a sort of a tug-of-war situation. I think Nepstar is currently looking confident. They've already secured 1 kill. And early in the game, if you at least break the other team by 1 player, they somewhat get to the back foot. And here we go. We can see Sanura has caught Zuki Esports off guard. They have taken down Pratham, the key man of the last game, Zuki Esports. But Zuki Esports definitely will try to make a comeback. But the question arises, are they actually going to go for the fight, or they're going to simply fall back? Because they're in a good position right now, but I think they have decided to go for the fight. They are trying to take shots at Seppu. Seppu was fighting against Naruto, but Naruto goes for the cover, and definitely he has to find a good cover. But in the meantime, the fight is not over. Zion puts the knock. Naruto does his job. The Ninetales is back at it, and he's showing currently the power of Ninetale. Unfortunately, gets caught off guard, and Seppu takes the knock. Sanura Esports, they've taken down 3 kills. I'm not really sure whether all the 3 kills are from Zuki Esports, which guy is still in the lobby, but we can see one team. Team Pirates Dipen around the corner, across the horizon, waiting for this team to turn their backs on him so that he can take them down.
A 3-way frontal battle going on between Team Pirates, Zuki Esports and Sanura Gaming Esports, where Sanura Gaming Esports right now are looking victorious because they have got 2 frags on Zuki Esports and 1 frag on Team Pirates. But again, Deepen just goes in the open. Aryan knows that the player is coming, but still he gets that frag up in the open, gets that player spotted on the bridge. He was alone at that moment. He was a flanker for the team, but again, flanker always gets caught off guard. Again, look at the zone. It's right now moving straight like a circle, going in the center. Team Pirates have the drop of Brasilia. Team Reunite are on the fields, whereas Chandra Surya are really in a close vicinity, are really close to Team Reunite. Talk about the Fire Brigade Island. You have Strangers, you have Moonlight Esports, and you also have Sanura Gaming Esports. Suki Esports, okay, so they got all the 3 kills on Sanura Gaming Esports, got all the 3 kills on Zuki Esports, whereas Joy Boy still survives, and he has got the revival point. He will revive one of his teammates. Lone Wolves will also secure one of the revivals, but again, where is Lone Wolves? Oh my god, they're already up in a fight against Shrifach on Marble Works, and they have also a zone in front of them where they also need to rotate as soon as possible. Talking about all the teams still in the game, we already have all the 12 teams surviving. A question that comes in my mind at this moment: Moonlight Esports or Lone Wolves, who will secure 3 booyahs in a single day? Is it possible? Insane.
Yes, you've actually asked 2 questions. First of all, yes, it is possible. But answering your first question, I think I should rather go with the safest point. I'm not really sure who is going to win, but somewhere down the line, I do want it to happen. Regardless of who does it, but I want it to happen. And I'd like to talk about Zuki Esports right now because they're in a bad shape. And when it comes to Zuki Esports, it gives me a deja vu because in the last game we saw Nepstar suffering from somewhat same situation. They got 3 players got eliminated in the early circle. One player, Simons, he tried to make a comeback. He tried to bring back all his teammates, but somewhere down the line, I did not see a lot of Nepstars from then. And Zuki Esports, similar situation. Let's see whether they can make a comeback. But considering the situation, considering how important these matches are, considering the points table, I think Zuki has to do no matter what. Regardless of their situation, Zuki Esports has to make a comeback. But right now, Shiripach, Tamang, Kush and Zook. Talking about Tamang, he gets the knock. Shiripach Kush is fighting against Luffy. Luffy looking confident. He has right away down and dusted with Tamang. Luffy does not have a good position right now. So I don't really think Kush is going to directly push there. He's simply going to wait it out. And he has spotted an angle. He found an angle on Luffy, but still, I think Luffy is going to run out of his glue walls in no time. And then it's going to be somewhat a dead situation for him. It's just a matter of time. He's simply, trying to take some shots. It's all defense right now. There, boom goes the dynamite. Gone comes the kill. Luffy gets down, and there goes the revenge kill as well. Shiripach, confidently they've managed to secure 3 kills. I would like to see all the other teams. I would like to see the situation Moonlight Esports is in. They have 1 kill, and they spotted a player, Yujiro, I could see. Their angle was on Yujiro, all the snipers. The sniper was on Yujiro. The very moment Yujiro tries to make a move, he's going to be dead. He's going to be dead, down and dusted. So Bash in the meantime with the grenade from the way downtown. Is it going to be a bang? It was. It did get connected, but currently it's a bad situation for Yujiro. It's a bad situation. It's really bad. Not really sure. Yes.
Lupo is getting formed back to back in that very clock tower, but again he has been spotted, and that's the watchtower you never have to stay upon. When you are the lone survivor for your team, Superman jumps in with a shotgun, and with that Superman move, he gets the last frag. And that's how we see the first elimination of this match. Talk about Nepstar Esports, they've got 3 frags in this game, and they're still surviving. Near about fields they are. Sanura Gaming Esports back on their drop, but they need to rotate. And yes, they are taking that bridge straight inside the next circle. Kakli, Zuki Esports also need to rotate as soon as possible, where Team Pirates have got the perfect position inside the next circle. Who is going to win this game is going to be a bigger question, and that is how the top 3 will make the star top 3 after the game 7 has ended. Chandra Surya straightforward making a rotation. They are moving towards Team Beg for Mercy.
Yes, and talking about the rotation, I can see a bit of a rumble between Moonlight Esports and Strangers. In fact, Moonlight Esports directly went into the Strangers. Strangers were able to gatekeep them, but I'm not really sure how far along the situation turns out to be for Moonlight Esports. In the meantime, Superman gets the knock. The main guy gets the knock. Subhash, is he gonna go for the kill? And Sudhir with the car. He takes 1 player down. Sudhir and Subhash, 2 players. We have Sanura Gaming as well fighting. They have come for the party. They've invited themselves to the party. Sanura Gaming, Papa, Aryan, Zion, Sepu, all the 4 players. Moonlight Esports, Sudhir wants to revive Sasidon, and he would most definitely. He went there and he resurrected Sasidon from the dead, back from the dead. Chandra Surya right now in this part of the game, this is 7th game, and they've been playing passive. I don't know what their strategy is right now, but maybe they simply want to play passively. They want to reach towards the 4th and 5th circle, and they're gonna try and take as many kills they want in the later stages. But talking about the later stages, Dipen takes the knock over here.
Yeah, he gets knocked out, and that was a grenade inside the house, but the impact was so bad. The player just jumped out of that window, but still he was damaged and got the impact of the grenade. Got knocked out, again gets revived. Maba goes in with the side and just deleting Sasidon. Deep in with a perfect grenade on Chandra Surya, and 3 players behind a single rock. That's Oh, that's so bad. They have been clustered up. They are just jailed down to that single rock. And Chetri gets a knock on Crystal. So they are now third party from Beg for Mercy, Team Pirate. They are going to get those kills confirmed. But again, Beg for Mercy are just firing their bullets on Team Pirate. And Chandrasurya gets the kill confirmed on Sumit. Team Pirates will get back to their position because Team Reunite is also approaching the situation. They need to move for the next circle. Whereas Sanura Gaming Esports, 9 kill for them. And an amazing performance coming from their side. Zeepu gets a knock. Thapa gets a knock. Sanura Gaming Esports is on a roll. And they are getting frags back to back in this game. Pikachu gets a knock on Aryan. And 10 kills already up on the
No!
on the 10th
Oh,
position.
no.
That's bad. That's bad, insane. And we still have 9 teams remaining. Already done with 10 minutes in this game. And we are going to see the 4th circle near about in 1 minute time. Lone Wolves with 1 kill. And again with the passive rotation. Again with the passive move that they always make. They are going to enter the next circle.
Yes, see, after the end of 6th game, we got a good look at the points table. The points table was pretty good, as you predicted and as you analyzed. That was a great call that the shiftings are going to be done. But there was some teams that were looking confident. But Team Pirates, hello. Are you gonna take a fight? I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna steal the kill from your side, and there you go. B4M. But in the meantime, Sanura Gaming, for our surprise, has been playing exceptionally well. Magnificent performance so far. They've been, it's a treat for our eyes. They've been setting up highlights for ages, the way they are playing, and I think this is the best they've ever done. I think they can make a comeback, and they would definitely try and shuffle the entire points table. And I think you had it coming. Mridul. You guessed it right. This is what you were talking. We were talking. This is what you mentioned in the early minutes of this particular game, I think. Is it right?
But again, Sanura Gaming Esports, is it not too late, insane, when they are at the bottom position? Is
Yes.
the 7th game too late for them because they are having 28 points after the game number 6 ended? Pretty much bad situation for them. Again, I don't know if in the overall standings they can make a move or be in the top 6. 2 games back to back, again we can still say that they can be there on the top. But B4M is not stopping. They have got the 4th position. They stole that 4th position from Nepsar Esports. Also, Nepsar Esports eliminated by Sanura. That's a great chance for Sanura and Beg for Mercy to just climb up the chart. What we know that Strangers were also eliminated at the 11th position. So again, Sanura Gaming Esports are making wonders in this game. Now fighting against Lone Wolves. Lone Wolves know how to make their, how to just hold their area, how to hold their fortress till the best mark. And with that, Shran gets a knock, but again, Luffy gets taken down. Zion getting 2 frags back to back on Luffy. And with that, Heinzo gets a knock on Sanura Gaming Esports. Zepu is the lone survivor. Ram with the Max 7, the Swag 7, gets 2 players down. Zepu is the last player surviving. Can Ram confirm all the kills for Team Lone Wolves? Team Pirates helping Team Lone Wolves, but again getting a knock on Lone Wolves. Zion gets confirmed. Zepon out of the match. Oh no, Team Pirates, the perfect third party you needed. Z3 and D-Pain with the Swag 7, the Max 7, 10 kills on the board. And Team Pirates are looking for a booyah. They are looking for a comeback.
Yes.
Or do they want the hashtag 1 spot, getting only 1 single booyah?
Yeah, talking about the hashtag 1 spot, we can still see we have Zuki Esports, we have Team Pirates still surviving, we have Zuki Esports, and I'd like to, add up a few lines on the performance so far by Sanura Gaming. They got invaded by Team Pirates. Team Pirates being, they had 45 kills, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry, 46 kills in the last game. So definitely, they are having a humongous firepower. They used it against Sanura Esports. Sanura Gaming was looking confident, but towards the end they got engaged against the Team Pirates, and there you go. But we can see Moonlight Esports still surviving. Zuki Esports finally in the fight. From the early start, they have been managing to secure so many kills. Right now, Naruto is going up against Shripa. Shripa, one player coming from the right side. Tamang takes the knock. Pratham, Naruto and Kakle. It's all down to 3 men, and Shripa gets eliminated in the 6th position. Zuki Esports came into the game at the very last moment. 15 minutes into the game, Zuki Esports, Pratham and Joyboy both took the knock, but they'll easily get revived right now. Pratham, I think he's gonna get revived, yes. But Sanura Gaming, I can still see Sanura Gaming, Sepu right there. He's trying to take shots, and yes, he did manage to... Zuki Esports, Sanura Gaming, Sepu, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, dude? This is phenomenal performance by this team. His back was against the wall. He was against the rope, but he has come in stronger, sharper, and harder. He is all up against the defending champion. Zuki Esports was looking very confident from the very first game, but this time, Zepu, this team was at the 12th position after the end of last game. But Zepu is still in the game. Zepu is still trying to make a comeback. The stakes are too high. The situation is almost against him. You know, it's a 1 out of 100 sort of a situation for Zepu. Not really sure whether he'll be able to make it, but there he goes. Gets out of the lobby at the 4th position, but it's not yet over for Zuki Esports. Zepu single-handedly gave a huge blow to Zuki Esports. Zuki Esports was looking confident there. They were in a situation to, you know, take up a good fight against Team Pirates and beg for mercy, but right now I'm not really sure. They're gonna wait it out. They're gonna let these teams fight, and then they're gonna the last man, he's gonna come in for picking up a couple of kills. Right now he's playing possum because Team Pirates are all up against Beg for Mercy against Team Pirates with 13 kills. What is happening right now? Team Pirates looking confident. Beg for Mercy, they're trying to make a move. They're trying to run around, make glue walls. What's happening, Mridul? What's happening? Please tell me.
Z3 against Chetri. 13 kills for Team Pirates, whereas B4M only one single player surviving. But again, he's making the moves. For Beg for Mercy. Oh no! Z3 becomes the man this side, and he gets a kill confirmed. A 1v1, not a 1v1, a 1v2, and Z3 will get the last blow. Team Pirates will win this game, and with the win in this game, now on the overall standings, they are at the #1 spot. Indeed, what an amazing game from their side. Team Pirates, a booyah in the game number 7, where everything was against them, but only one thing was with them. That was the zone, and they stayed till the end. Even if they had only 5 kills when we were entering into the 5th zone, they made it up to the mark of 15 or 16 kills after the game has ended. Team Pirates just ripping the ships apart. Like every ship was caused a shipwreck by the side of Team Pirates,
Yes.
and now they have made their mark. They have made their position. With the game 7 ending, you will still remember the game for Sanura Gaming Esports. Even if it's a booyah for Team Pirates, you will remember only one single name. That's the man himself, Sanura Gaming Esports, Zepu.
Yes, of course. Sanura Gaming has given us highlights for the ages, and especially talking about Zepu, it was somewhat a 1v4 situation, yet he managed to give a huge blow to Zuki Esports. I think at that point of time, Zuki Esports were confident. They could still manage to, you know, take the fight against Team Pirates and Beg for Mercy. But what damage, the damage Zepu did to them, you know, that was irrecoverable. But then again, Zuki Esports, with their intelligence, they played possum. One last man, he tried to go in for the 2nd spot, and he did manage to get the 2nd spot. But talking about Team Pirates, the team of the hour, the team of the game, the team which secured booyah, finally, in the 7th game, later in the game, they've managed to secure the booyah. But they've been playing pretty well. They've been coming up to the second spot so far. A couple of games we've seen in the last game as well. Zuki Esports, even though Zuki Esports managed to get the booyah in the 6th game, but they were against Team Pirates. In the 5th game as well, Moonlight Esports was against Team Pirates. So finally, I think Team Pirates have been playing pretty well, and we can see 4 kills from Dipen. Dipen is the main guy for the team. He generally plays the role of a key player, and that's what he did. 4 kills, and look at the number of damage. Look at the huge digit that he has put up on board. 2441. If you remember in the last game, we could see the MVP, and the damage was, the kills were somewhat, I think if I'm not wrong, 6 kills. And the damage was somewhat 2200. Now this time with only 4 kills, he had managed to secure 2400 damage. That's a huge damage. This means he has been giving damages and making the opponents consume their utilities all the game. Left, right and center, he kept on giving damages. He kept on 6 assists. Yes, this team, this player, absolutely phenomenal, and I'm really looking forward to the 8th game of the day, because a little bit of change in the overall point standing, because Sanora Gaming, even though they are not gonna make a huge difference, yet see, they managed to secure so many kills. And there you go, Team Pirates with 27 points, 15 kills. Then we have Sanora Gaming Esports with 24 points and 17 kills. See, 17 kills, that's a huge number. Even though Sanora Gaming was, that was in the 12th position before this game. But I think the 17 kills that they have secured, those teams have lost their points in the total table. Zuki Esports, 18 points. Yes, again, I think Zuki Esports, Team Pirates, Beg for Mercy, I'm not really sure. Beg for Mercy, Moonlight Esports, 9 points. Still, see, coming up to the final standings, 105 points. This team is gonna go to the finals. Zuki Esports, I think this team is gonna go to the finals. Moonlight, 100. All the teams that have touched the 100 mark, they are most certainly gonna go to the finals. But I think there can be one last push. There can most certainly be one last push by the team Strangers.
Indeed, and when you talk about Team Pirates, they already speculated in the end when it was about eliminating Sanora Gaming Esports. They knew how exactly they needed to perform and when they had to be damaging on Sanora Gaming Esports. Eliminated 3 players of Sanora Gaming Esports, but Zepu survived. 1 player survived, and that was the mistake somehow performed by Team Pirates, but resulted bad for Zuki Esports, right? Insane. And now is the time that we are going to witness the last game of the day, the game which decides it all. We have witnessed 7 games up until now. Exhaustion is coming on the faces of all these players. But again, look at how much Sanora Gaming Esports is excited. These 2 players or the other 2 players caused the distraction, caused the amazing game, and they still are discussing how much of difference they have created to the overall points chart. Not even a single team, even if Team Pirates got 10 plus kills or the other team got 10 plus kills, Sanora Gaming Esports made the difference on the map of Purgatory. And now it's all about the map of Alpine, week 3, the week of Plains, and the Grand Finals, day 7, game number 8, live in front of our screens. This is Free Fire Nepal Championship. And now, in the last game, the decisions will be made, and we will be having the other top 6 who are going to be in the Grand Finals as your competitors for the championship. Let's go straight to the map. The plane path starts from the side of Fusion, goes on towards Railroad. So a plane path from the kind of southwestern side towards the northeastern side, and cutting the map into 2 halves.
Yes, talking about the Alpine map, I've been talking to so many professional players in the Free Fire circuit. I've asked them about the map, but I've been getting mixed reviews about the map, because this map has not yet been played in the competitive scenario before Free Fire Nepal Championship. And there you go, right off the bat, Moonlight Esports gets engaged against Team Reunited. Let's see, Moonlight Esports, they've secured 1 kill. The last game was not so good for them, but this time Team Reunited are gonna target them. They have gone for the fight. But see, Sudhir yet again. Sudhir has taken down one more player, I believe. Moonlight Esports. Subhash has also come. I would like to see what's happening in the corner of Team Reunited, because they've already lost their 3 players early in the game. Not really sure how far along they can go. One last man surviving. Raza, and he has been spotted. He has been spotted, and he's gonna get down against Joy Boy. Zuki Esports from the initial start. They have one kill right in front of them. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Raza actually took the player down. Confirmed. Hakle, I think he misjudged the situation. He did not really anticipate. He saw one guy. He simply went in. He got in. He got trapped with the glue wall, and he got down. That, players should not be rushing in like that. Even though Zuki Sports, Team Pirates, there are 3 teams that have already secured their spot at the finals, but I think they still should respect all the players, because they are in it. They are a good level of competition, regardless of your winning. They've secured a good number of points so far, but the game is still not over. Even if you have already got yourself a point for the finals, but you have to come in for the final game. This is Alpine. You have to go in to secure one more booyah for one last time before the final starts.
It's about the fight of the 5th and the 6th position, where right now Lone Wolves and Nibsar Esports are standing. Lone Wolves, where we saw they were consistent, but again, now they can be dethroned too. Strangers performed badly on the map of Purgatory. They got eliminated at the 11th position, but they still stand a chance to be in the top 6, because Nibsar Esports have 59 points on their mark. Again, the battalions can also come in. We can have Sanura Gaming Esports and even a chance for Shreepach. But Shreepach here is in an initial fight between Zuki Esports and Moonlight Esports. So a 3-way battle where Shreepach have the advantage, having all the 4 players present on the ground. Joy Boy gets an up on Lollipop. There comes the trade as Subhash is just loving this fight. From the top, gets 2 frags back to back, and Shreepach is about to face the elimination. Tamang is the lone player surviving as he just leaves the city. So Shreepach kind of took a fight on them, whereas they already made a call to Tamang. Tamang, just go in for the revival point. Just go in for the revival point. Even if we get eliminated, the kills will be provided to Zuki. But no! Oh shit! Oh no! Sanura Gaming Esports coming in with wonders. They are up for the aggressive fight. They're just looking for kills and kills and kills. They know any single game they can make the change, because with one single game they're up for a fight and they can still be in the top 6. One single game and they have made the changes. What an amazing game.
Yes.
Shreepach will be eliminated on the 11th spot, and Sanura Gaming Esports still know that they can be there at the 6th position.
Yes, Mridul. See, the best of the best have already made it to the finals. It is time for the rest best to be in the finals as guest or as the competing best. But talking about the best, currently we have Zuki Esports with 6 kills. Yes, Joy Boy and Naruto, both the players get down. Pratham is the 3rd man. It's all down to one last man. Kakle, what is he doing? And there he goes. His back was against the wall against Chandra Surya. He gets down. Zuki Esports gets eliminated in the 10th position. That's a bad day. Never mind, the game for today is over for Zuki Esports, but I believe they've already made it to the finals. I'm not really sure about all the other teams. All the other teams are yet to make their spot. I would like to see how far along Strangers can go, because they were at the 7th position with 56 points. And Sanura Esports, right now they have only 1 point. Zion, Zepu, Aaron and Thapa, all the 4 players. They have actually given us highlight for the ages based on their last game. This time again, they have come in, a full-on aggression. They're showing, they actually want to give us the best of their ability, the best of their gameplay, so that we'll always talk about this team, and whenever the teams that go into the finals, whenever Sanura Gaming name comes up, they'll definitely talk about it. They'll definitely acknowledge their presence. It's all about acknowledgement. It's all about the respect, because Sanura Gaming, I believe they've already lost the battle. They cannot go to the final, but it's all about earning the respect towards the very last end, because the entire Nepal is watching you right now. And if you do not come up with a great game, I'm not really sure that, you know, your fans will be very sad if you do not come up with a great game. So Nepstar, talking about Nepstar, they have secured 2 kills and they are against Team Pirates. Team Pirates, confident team. They've already managed to go to the finals, 105 points based on the last game. But Nepstar, they are still in the same danger zone. The danger zone, the danger is not yet over. They are still in the red zone. I'm not really sure whether they can cross that red zone, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Based on the performance Nepstar initially gave, that was a great performance. But towards the end, towards the mid half of the game, the performance, the graph of their performance, it came down. And right now they are going. Right now, Sanura Gaming is against Chandra Surya. Thapa takes the knock. Zepu right away, he wants to revive the player. He does not want to go with 3 players in, but could not revive Thapa. Still fighting back. Zepu with the 4 kills. Zepu, oh my god, Zepu, what is this guy doing? He's been phenomenally playing in the game, and right now, the battalions, yeah, they still have a chance. If they make a huge comeback in this game, they can make it to the finals.
Insane. Now you won't stop me by saying that Sanura Gaming Esports still stand a chance to be in the top 6, getting 8 kills from this position. They just now need to survive what they have been doing from the very start. They can still be there in the top 6, and that is how I'm making that move, because Nepstar Esports is still surviving. Again, if Nepstar Esports gets eliminated, Sanura Gaming Esports have the perfect chance to be in the top 6. But Lone Wolves are surviving, Nepstar is surviving, and even strangers are surviving. This is the game important for these 4 teams, and all these 4 teams are surviving in the top 8. So the teams who were in the top 3, they know that they've already made their mark. And look at Moonlight straightforward going into fusion to make a fusion with Lone Wolves, and they are up for the fight at the very 9-minute mark.
They are all against Lone Wolves right now. Lone Wolves being, they've already secured 2 Booyahs. I'm not really sure about the position. They've been playing pretty good, but I think this fight is very important for both the teams, Lone Wolves and Moonlight Esports. Right now, look at the situation. Luffy gets the knock. They've already secured 2 kills, and Lone Wolf, they've been looking confident. I'm not really sure about the situation, but they still managed to come out of the situation. Superman, on the other hand, is down. I would like to see what's happening in the corner of Moonlight Esports. Where are all the other players? Meanwhile, strangers, Nivar, Karan gets the knock, Sankin and Radhe. All the 4 players are have come back to the lobby. They are again standing on their feet, looking confident. I'm not sure how far and long they can right now go, because the battle is not over, and this is the final battle. I think prior to going to the final, this is actually the game changer for them. They have to make a comeback. They have to come up with their best possible game. If not, they're gonna go back home with the disappointment. Their fans are gonna get disappointed. But in the meantime, the fight is not over yet. Lone Wolves going up against the team. They've taken down 1 more player. That was Moonlight Esports. They have taken down 1 more player. Slowly, they're building in with the confidence. 4 kills already secured. But if we talk about the overall standings, the way they started, that was a great start. But just as Moonlight Esports, just as Nepstar, I would say, towards the end of the mid games, they came to a shaky point, and I'm not really sure if this is an important game for them. I'm not really sure whether they'll for sure be able to make it to the finals.
And an amazing side from all the teams where they're making some aggressive plays, and that's working out for them. That's a cherry on the cake. That's the best thing that you can get from the aggression. Whereas Sanura Gaming Esports are up for their 3rd fight. 2 squad wipes already done, and Sanura Gaming Esports is here against B4M. Back for Mercy, going in against Aryan. Sarva gets a knock on Aryan, so the first knock comes in from the side of Back for Mercy. Thapa is holding his position, trying to get a knock on the Chetri, but already 1 player has rushed in. Can Sanura Gaming Esports survive? No! Beg for Mercy is going to make that call towards Sanura Gaming Esports. You might have dealt the whole lobby a lot of tension, but you can't stand against us. But Moonlight Esports is here up for a third party as Sasidon gets the frag confirmed on Sarpa. Moonlight Esports, nothing to lose, but they can make a lot of
Oh my God.
For Back for Mercy as Chetty gets a knock on Sanura Gaming Esports. Sasidon picks up his second frag, but now with the grenade from Abiral, Sasidon gets taken down. He will take that revive on Chetri, and 3 players are still surviving. Chetri will confirm his kill on Zepu. So somehow the ball for Sanura Gaming Esports has gone down, but Chetri, the player who was knocked out, he will revive that guy also with the vending machine. And Beg for Mercy is back into the game. 5 kills for them. And Luffy spots the last player. Sanura Gaming Esports eliminated. And with that, the dreams have been shut down for them. They won't be qualifying into the grand finals. But again, the last 2 games, how aggressively they performed, they have made their mark into the overall standings. And they have stated why they were still in this battle after the Nepal Invitational ended, and they performed amazingly in the Nepal Championship. Now, Lone Wolves is also up in a fight against Moonlight Esports. Pikachu picks up that AWM shot on Team Pirates. Team Pirates coming up into the battle. They played passively up until now, but now is the time for aggression. Fourth zone coming to an end, and we are on that 13-minute mark. Lone Wolves, again a passive game, but they are still in the top 5.
Yes, talking about Lone Wolves, I think it's no longer that 50-50 scenario that we see at all the other stages. It kind of seems like at least 70-20% scenario, because you have so much to lose than to win. This is gonna be the last game. This is the game changer, and if anything goes wrong, you're gonna miss your shot at the finals. You're gonna miss your shot at the title. You're gonna miss your shot at anything and everything that follows after the Free Fire Nepal Championship gets over. So make no mistake, every single guy that is in the lobby right now has been feeling enormous level of pressure, because all the other teams, every single guy is giving out their best. Lone Wolves, they started up with a great performance, but right now they're struggling against Moonlight Esports. Moonlight Esports, Superman, and as the name says, obviously the name is Superman, so he's gonna come up with some Superman punches and shots against the team wow. Lone Wolves, and there you go. She took down Shrank, but Neon, at the right time, he took down Superman, and it was he acted like a savior for Shrank. But in the meantime, Strangers, so we can see with 4 kills, Karan takes the knock. Strangers have to come up with a different game. The way they've been playing so far, I think that was not enough. That is why they were not so up in the points tally. But this is the time. This is the moment. They are against Lone Wolves. But unfortunately, Strangers gets eliminated at the 6th spot. Have they actually made the mark? I'm not really sure. But this is a shocker. This is a shocker. Lone Wolves gets eliminated at the 5th spot. Nepstar, the battalions have finally made it to the 4th position. They're gonna get some points from their position point, but when it comes to the kills department, they're still way back from many other teams. Rohan in the meantime gets to knock Yujiro and Unknown, 2 players still surviving. Yujiro taking fight against Mamba, and for our surprise, Team Pirates gets eliminated. But regardless, Team Pirates have already made it. They've come to the 4th spot. They've made it to the finals. So it's all right. Even if they get eliminated at the 4th position, we're talking about Beg for Mercy. Beg for Mercy was at the 4th spot. They are all up against Nepsar, I would like to see where all the other players are. Pikachu in the meantime gets the knock, gets down and dusted. We can see the battalions Unknown on the other side of the bridge. This is an interesting battle. I'm not really sure whether Beg for Mercy is going to go to the other side, but yes, I think they are going to travel all the way to the other side because they have the man number, they have the man advantage. But somewhere down the line, I can see two guys coming in from the side of the battalions. Mamba, in the meantime, he is yet to cross the bridge. His back is up against the wall. It's a 1v4 situation. He's on against Sherpa, and Beg for Mercy went in with the grenade, and he has taken down the player. This is the final battle of the play-ins. Yujiro is being caught off guard, a little low on HP. Dada is pushing in. He wants to seal the deal. He wants to take down Yujiro, but there's one more player on the other side. The battalions. Dada also gets taken down. And there you go. Beg for Mercy is no longer begging for mercy. They have managed to secure the Booyah later in the stage. 8th game of the day, Alpine map it is. Beg for Mercy goes to the final. They have secured their slot for the finals. We'll see the other teams as well. My fingers are crossed. I actually do not know which other teams have secured. I can see 4 teams, Mridul. I can for sure see 4 team. One is going to be Beg for Mercy. The other one is going to be Moonlight Esports. The third one is going to be Zuki. The fourth one, of course, none other than Team Pirates. But the other 2 teams, I do not even want to make the guess. I cannot anticipate. I cannot judge. I cannot guess what has just happened. The shuffling, Mridul, the best part about this scenario is you already guessed it. You already predicted it prior to the 7th game. And we witnessed that in the final game as well.
And actually, when it was about 16 standing in the last 2 circles, all the 4 teams we wanted to be in the last circle, they were there.
Yes.
But again, it's about the top 5 you talk about. It's about the top 4 you talk about. Nepstar Esports Mamba. And then it's the battalions Dada. These were the 2 players for the team who made the wonders perfectly. And again, somehow, I kind of have that light heart position for Nepstar Esports and the battalions because again, they are there in the top 4. And again, making their position in the top 4, they can somehow get that 5th and 6th position. But not to forget, Lone Wolves was consistent throughout the day. So somehow I also have a light heart for them. These are the 3 teams for me. Lone Wolves, Nepstar and the battalions. 3 names for you who stand strong for the 5th and the 6th position. We already know the top 4.
Yes, we already know the top 4. My fingers are crossed because it's all matter of which 2 teams are going to qualify 5th and 6th spot. But talking about the MVP from the team Beg for Mercy, they did not manage to secure so many kills, but they did manage to come up with the Booyah. 2 kills goes to the MVP, 4 assists, 7 headshots, 1697 is the damage. That is not so great number, yet the Booyah is all what matters right now. They are happy. They are their exhilarating performance. Everybody is happy from their corner, regardless of the number of kills they secured. But see, 10 kills, that was a good number. Even though the MVP had only 2 kills, but they managed to secure 10 kills. But I think, I'm not really sure about the maths, but does the maths, I think the revivals and the damages that was given by them, I think based on that, he got the MVP. Nevertheless, 22 points with Beg for Mercy. Number 2, we have a Nepstars. And coming to the overall standings. In the first spot, we have none other than Team Pirates with 120 points. Then we have Moonlight Esports with 112 points. Then at the 3rd position, we have Zuki Esports with 110. Then I would appreciate if you could, take the names of all the rest teams.
The rest 3 who are going to qualify for the grand finals. Okay, we straightforward have the rest 3 teams as Beg for Mercy, Lone Wolves as Nepstar Esports. But again, advancing to finals are Team Pirates, Moonlight Esports, Zuki Esports, Beg for Mercy, Lone Wolves and Nepstar Esports from Plains. And the teams who qualified from the league stages were V-Bros, Anam Lama Esports, High Voltage, Bitex Esports, Train to Kill and Kukuri Esports. These are the 12 teams who are going to fight after we saw some amazing amazing performances throughout the 7 days. On the 8th day, the grand finals, these are going to be the 12 teams performing. Let's see who wins the Free Fire Nepal Championship. But the highlights of the day: 120 points for Team Pirates, 112 points for Moonlight, and 110 points for Zuki Esports. 3 players, 21-21 for Deepen and Superman, and Z3 getting 19 kills. Most killed by Team Pirates, that's a number that we know, 69. Moonlight Esports with 57 and 61 kills for Zuki Esports. So it was the seal deal for Team Pirates, Moonlight Esports, and Zuki Esports. Again, looking to the Booyahs, I kind of questioned Lone Bulls at their position because the last game didn't go well for them. But again, they were consistent throughout the day, and that is what helped them be on the 5th spot. 2 Booyahs on a map of Kalahari and 1 on the map of Purgatory. If you talk about all the Booyahs, 2 Booyahs for Moonlight on Bermuda, then Zuki Esports getting a Booyah on the map of Kalahari. And that's how we have all the highlights. I know the minutes are getting less, but again, we have a lot to talk about, and that's how Plains works, right? One single day and one single day of performance can make you qualify for the grand finals. But again, Sanura Gaming Esports, even if they haven't qualified,
of course, they do deserve. Yes,
them. Amazing performance in the last 2 games.
Yes, actually, and Zepu has particularly given us the highlights for the ages. The way he clutched that situation, he actually tried to snatch the point from the team Zuki Sports. Nevertheless, we're gonna miss this team. And talking about all the team that have entered the finals, Vibros, Anand Lamai Esports, all these teams have been waiting for these 6 teams, and it's gonna be a huge blast in the finals. I am excited. The tension, the current, the voltage, everything is going to be very high. But I think, Mridul, I don't really want to say it, but it's about time that we say bye-bye to all our audience, to all our viewers, because this is it for the day. This is me.